enkomo na yeba bedi na yebedi ka kwa amano ne sede yen hihye no esiti na be kwa amano ne akofa amano ne nsem no diaba after UEFA Champions League no yenim se league matches to was in fact yo cup game ba ko eno so eba so nyame admo chena England eno the Carabao Cup final between Arsenal and Manchester City. Arsenal for say our trophies for no season we no almost started and left no from China. Na yebere said in my BC because so Manchester City not just so much a first one na almost train 3, that is the league, the Champions League, and of course the FA Cup. Yebere said sani man ni nyina no anything akwas yebere sa game ni no na de hon komo enso de ba coaches Edin komo Mikel Arteta akasa ahead of the game sanso and Pep Guardiola enso Edin nsem area to get proud to sa final na eba so nyankopon ya adoma enom odachena and sa game ne ba so aside that all the other teams, almost league matches, so Chelsea, after losing to Paris Saint-Germain, and Chelsea again will play in the English Premier League. Manchester United, na United, any bomb of our Vitality Stadium, a 2-2 draw, and of course, what a game it was. Manchester United, United for the year from their coach, their players, former players, supporters, because of Enra. A choir on fast so able South 2 draw with a bomb of number of air referees. The other home some able to pay a year Jumadian Sebako a year Spain Niakore battle eguso between Barcelona Almo and a league leaders the Spanish La Liga no Madrid and so Eguchase. Now don't forget the weekend we the Madrid derby Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid and also able so this very you can find me watching and a sama and so with me someone seminano yet aero Barca and so game against Rayo and also ayo chana ninja no yebaba nyaba bedi hon komo kama ewo afidie so any other games so ewo Spanish La Liga no nyina behwe afi oko Italy the Italian Serie A eno aye battle for the Scudetto and also Inter Milan say omugo so almost airborne kakra yebere AC Milan any class like Juventus no almost saying and one ACT of course woko Germany so ya wo Bayern Munich almost so beje league once again Dortmund and so almost airborne matches no and I feel France PSG after so almost Chelsea in both legs 8-2 no yebere said ya one and so besiako Ediama Paris and you know other stories ni no ya transfer de ba no pebasa ko Senegal nya ko din ko because say Senegal, Morocco, and the CAF almost trendy brutal. Na from last Tuesday anumre, and almost says almost trend na Senegal for year. And your man and say Kromasa almost say no. The crack, but omujina cast into no ever said yes development of South story no say CAF forecast almost returning the AFCON air trophy prize money any medals no Nico Jackson posti adie na meba bi e de akere no pay na ya bonkomo ene nsema wodo pi yegu so building up to the FIFA World Cup yeba said nema enso wesi akọ World Cup ni wabra ni nyina nkoma ye de ba no pay ewo dwumadi ne so nti era de ensem na do so pa bedwafo atena se yebehwem yeba fie nso ne ba bedi nkom because enra wokọ Kempiskia Enra Ghana man penye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Ghana adishie bebrebi ehia ni nyina no ekwaya omo efa so because man penye dia kwakto just say no kra Ghana ebenya supporters wa America ye di nipa be free akwa nebum enkoye se bia aban sika bia da ho ne yekofa e supporters free Ghana akọ Canada and afi US there bi nyasa na ebe no Nebum yo ankrankran ni dwuma ko bi wo man mu a wo man kasa ebetua keka wo nsa ase na ne kan se fundraising no na wo nso ayi sika bi a yebetuni ede fans no ede atukwa na sa dwuma die no ekọ so enra ema Ghana man panyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene adehye pi ekopie mu ho yenya Stone Boy ene Shatawali a jese no munyina enso wo dwuma die na se no donation no enso etimi kọ so target no ayesen ni nyina no yebedi ehon ko because enra na deputy finance minister no dwumadi na say or the target no enso ba betu ene so do pi enam de de ba Kumasi Asante ko so be ko na anopei Kotoko air building up for omu game against nations nyame yad mo chena ewo Baba Yara Sports Stadium na sign na enso isi yet Andrews inti menu ne ho nsem bi eba na nsen na latest no anything there is something na but enra hard to folk echo draw again has ko ball draw again a goalless draw say Moshe nkwala no bose mbeshe gu no still na mu shegu has for Benjamin Asare no any has players the question kwala no sa say oxide kwala to na bufu say omo stadium has in shegu omo so mpene say to mo mabiem no Benjamin Asare mo pan kwala na che no mo ka so mo be hye enra again mo ntumi an shegu now the yebeba so yebehwe enra sa game na no so ekọ so no na ehon sem edia ba ewo pando Heart of Lions, Heart of Folk, match on Echo. So now, after game, no, and Simpi, Asante Koroko coach, Prince Owusu Akasa, Edia Fagema on the nations, but also, and Frempon Manson, and so coach at the nations, one and so didn't come any, and some of you yet ever now, came with your course in your sound for visiting, now yet editing your own Komokama. We can do Manchester Barcelona, Basaka only stars, any young apostles, Bechem United, Airboy Diana, Bibiani Gold Stars, any vision, Dreams FC, Ebebo, Mediama, Samson Swedro All Blacks, and Hall United, Brokum Chelsea, Ebo Carella, and Afia Sante Koroko Nations, and Basmidi Andrew, so with your friend Nikas Glass. Maxwell, Nana Essien, Altana Sevax, Ewaha, and Chaubetenica, Samson, and Emmanuel to four, and Yenno, and Boyd, Madame Musa, and said, yeah, since Michael Carrick Ebayano, Minim Obi Okromo, Manchester Jesse, Echen to four, Minim Obi Okromo, since Michael Carrick bet take over Manchester United to four share Chelsea Manchester just will be and the United just with him say what on the diamond so said the end or one case of Mukakra Jacob Achusabe A lead production team Brighton Usu so at the Kama Darling for Bano the Fisem no and so Eddie Abasounds and a trend and I heard in Fidiana Fiaco Facebook and YouTube no monitor show channel PL is to me live ewo Facebook Pure FM TV ewo Facebook sounds so and oko YouTuber and a Pure FM TV live ewo YouTube so bet me a join na nyina yabo enkomo kama na wadwen channel so don't forget say oko Facebook comment section as na wodo wadwen channel and so Eddie ato akwasi adoma konom my big brother was mete on catch Kwabena Richard nom monitor show in good morning sounds and a Kofi Ajman Blackman munyina ba hu se monitor ejuma di no sounds and a Kabori Zeki and so yen ewo Libya Tripoli e wana also the Liverpool da ugusu just say ordinary support and so the Liverpool team no Max
Andy good morning bro
na bibia boko
ya me adu mo na say
e de Nyankopon ase
yeah, bad yeah.
And then so also about Spurs GC.
Malaria been up so ha me battle boy. Cause Tottenham week you be winning.
There is a 20 when you win game.
Say a shot let's go Madrid. You need to England for any. So say
Martin when
England for no.
Say dia na we am the team.
Oh say yes.
Na Liverpool usually.
Na say Liverpool and go for so banyade. Because the Atletico de Madrid ne Galatasaray Champions League wa we there. Say Galatasaray obi anim so monyade.
Na za mo aso monyade.
Wa kra we ye story o ka say o ma we no monyade me pa che onye no kre. Ba ye Atletico de Madrid o mu nsuro team bia we wiase mo.
Ba mo ankasa so monyade.
Ye show mo no Martin.
Ana mse mo ankasa so monyade.
O ye nim say enyade ba win we aye win e bie kwan Nottingham ye be kom.
Che.
O mbe tumi age be 3.
Spurs ye dey team dey session bi so obi
ye ne o mo ne
Spurs. O tumi ga do be kun obi.
Oh, sani ye kun Atletico.
Che.
Ye be kun.
O dey no na say the team ne ye ndi Jesus o ga ka bia na dey o dey show nkura.
Who so ka say the whole year na ye winning match. And then nyame ado ya say nye team bia Atletico. Antoine Griezmann ejina Julian Alvarez on players no. Winning ball papa Atletico was squad. What I say, o hwe Simeone Monia all these players. Ya show mo.
Timoya dey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mate.
Because almost a young working mewa.
Na mo amasem ne nka mi jai kan.
Oh, by relegation the yanko. Yeah, there be Liverpool draw no money boy who say o mo ye good. Ntina England won e best. It's a team can say be on near board.
Sa same way na akokan ya.
Oh, mo ye best na dem.
Manchester for the bufu.
Manchester is the biggest club in England, no doubt about it. But Liverpool are the best in terms of success. Even on the continental stage near there now.
Yeah,
the biggest club in the world, or in England, in the world. The impacts, the achievements, what you've done.
More impacts in Real Madrid
all across,
and in Barcelona.
All across.
Manchester,
financial impacts, global, sporting, merchandise, marketing. BBI, the biggest club. The biggest club.
But it's also Manchester GC power to for.
Yeah, team ni mo there. In fact, chese me pillow me bibia pyjamas ni nyina na ewo ho na asemuntia ba sisi ane de no ase ma fa coffee ne ma fa me remote na metemu nti se first na me pressure machine da ha bible da ha na me taskbar da ha na me rosary da ha bonfire sa but Spurs de ombeko
relegation
ombeko so wa mo den ne be che
Spurs ombeko
mobeko
na mo team de e kra man correlation yo oh say na reality and then I can be more money ye no with your more catch
oh aka bia mai
oh okay
mobeko papa
okay ya ba be drink komoni bebre bia no pay e wa hasi na Max
yeah and yen call calf na Senegal yen jai kanda
asem na etoda kra na esre na enra videos ni be Senegal for no me say trophy no video bi o msa post here na ekuta coach no
yeah
papa tia no dey wo military
base yeah
and no move anko
no very very interesting but and the say to me the own to me nkasa on fanko the aye ne say e wo say wo de ko na e me de Senegal de caucus uni be dey me de on say calf body the first one on rule for Senegal and appeal no rule for Morocco and say cars ne be more like an independent body or no be judge case no but what you must say see the M then say so far nye calf and a babe judge be cars a independent body but trophy in the and won't mean kasa on fan code me pacho denti na on fan kwa we dia nya we dia and na onje for keeps African Cup no je ne 3 and na wo keep but what you must say but onje for keep kra na say issue we kra man ka ober return I think after a year or 6 months or so na say we return the trophy to new random but what you say and Andy who said ni nyina no yem fan say be a calf cry a mistake ni ade engine to my dear ten say it is calf and organized tournament now Senegal okobo it is Senegal and determine marker but it is calf rather who can determine for Senegal. It is all case for trophy ne broad be but yem fan say Andy say Ghana and Senegal na bia ye share final na circumstances we by and in pacho with all due respect well Ghanaians say so enye ye man nkwana no you will fight baby I'll fight the baby and say ye na the second one it say organizers na say fabra the and the you can't say so on famba o de beko na o the case na den akọ cars ruling near the mawa ye restore bibi am pacho so utie say as a one fan ko cry no so so any amon for friend no so one punishment ana no me ngadwene say one fan kwa eno so ani amoho fofre no so one panel but and the assembly nyina camera ne say masat na se akoye research pe hu say one Senegal ye mistake Morocco ye mistake and a calf nso aye mistake nti asem we be landmark issue a be change football and you say yes car settle we be sesa ne oma bi obo dey nti na make us Senegal ye mistake one I see nyina ejitum at that stage African Cup final and the at that level no walk it offer no matter what it is so what's me done the air wrong meaning so me adwene oh yes sir you bring the game to disrepute at that highest level internal there they have to be punished and it's near find your money at the patch automatic Morocco mistake on we and say team walk it offer and running said down to referee but the normal practice a referee time from 10 to 15 minutes. In that in do bear say we echo 18 minutes. Into do bear 15-16 minutes. I think Moroccan players no force the referee to stop to close the game. And the but also what I say at least referees no chain for 10-15 minutes. And I didn't call 18 minutes. I think Moroccan players on the field no a good referee said time to almost stop almost so because they know say penalty in the best and the answer. And I cap themselves no so baby or more air and say team now walking 15 minutes na then up on na binum say aden a referee no ampon what I know but me reading is say you were 10 to 15 minutes here do waiting so the referee waited and the better who said the organizers even told the referee say wait don't close how will you know because referee at that highest level would define and the binum so ni memrano Inti Bianco the Bay Edgeman to the Mfano Grant was evidence in your watching 15 minutes. No, into the Moroccan should have called on the referee, said there be 15 hours on Pahodia, so upon almost so anye. Now, calf also the end say, and go for a walk it off. Walk upon my chow maba, and your maba be born and winnie. Oh, really, I will say, my jack happen so. My question is Emrane Trese, Ebi Amrane question. Emrane Trese, say walk off on Quadia, Ubo Wambo, Uya loses Anna. Say yes, I net the Anessa Chronom Cofro mobile, a crocro the John and Omodio Moye. By yes, house net Sidia, then add the internet yabo game nevi. Now also Ojeka, because what I know is a reference report at the same. Because born a year born referee report the original so and the Edekasa. Did the referee write in his report say game no was abandoned and did the referee write on a report so the game has been closed because the game you close a referee better on a report with the score line bibiana mebwa say be your ball no you call extra time Senegal won by 1 goal to no. So let us see the report of the referee because any agent so they take a decision.
And no be bisa me assembly with regards to nkoma idea now ni maso bisa say so what if say they see your final no enka esi we be a semi-finals huh think esi of semi-finals yaman say Senegal Morocco na semi-final game and as Senegal feel so much go referee and minutes later ya beje penalty e dey ama Morocco and omo e work off and ya sabe frɛ omo sabe boy and omo bebo ahye what ya Senegal bebo ahye no yi Morocco free and wa kɔ na ma kɔ final as akɔ win final age trophy no.
Into Calbeca semi-final more frame it was semi-final that is the multi-million-dollar question. See, some were carved earth, but the reality of the matter, Senegal and Kasa, I didn't even know Senegal started it. Me so I'm a Senegalese supporter because most of our games I'm predicting the correct. No, I want them to, but they start. But Andy, the fact that they walk off the field, no, and when I start at the way, and what I'm saying is that at the highest tournament at that level, we don't walk off the field. The moment you walk off the field, no, what the tournament thing now but to disrepute in football, the away and say, so we see would make sure protest and play the game under protest. Yeah, born in a under protest. And now say we are now why then watch or protest. That is how the game goes. And take care for crown some what no more lenient. Because Djibouti money I didn't give it to me a ban for so many years. But also every good boy deserves favor. Senegal light of Africa. I say Ghana. Oh yeah, the international tournament there. And see all the three winning in our Bia made a mistake. But no say referee no report it saying Andy. Because if referees report it say born ya boy name of Senegal winning and no magic cap. I don't know why cap will overturn it say no. But the referees report say oh game no Senegal walk it off into the or say and they are broadly ana. And what I'm trying to say is that issues like this are very delicate. And we'll see a Jaima your friend say cast. Not cars really, and because of the World Cup near, but the cars be ruling it easily. Because question and business Andy, so are we trying to say in the near future, and as a World Cup here, we see a bunny drew baby and a team be so I can say, oh yes, see me, no, I walk it off near coffee, no, I bebo. Now we so I walk it off, no, I bebo to a bebo, and I can so a bebo problem, no way so I walk it off, no. There should be discipline order. And the senior bayer obiso and co walk it off, BM. So one man bebo no I cap in the and the only so I cap into Senegal trophy in the Andy or the Beko because also made the way we a association I will join. Oh join as a school are you under the laws and regulations of the school you can't do what you want until unless if Senegal have decided say CAF no moon join beam and now CAF organize nations cap or moon mobium and now CAF Africa football move about different continent. They have to say the Israel or Europe now fine, but so CAF there. Whatever CAF says, whether right or wrong, you do it. Then later, no, I find it. Then redress.
Ima, a quick one on Senegal, ne CAF name Morocco sends me. They said they said no yama.
Yeah, in all this, and I think say referee na hardware pa referee na ko fan same win na aba. And there are rules of engagement in every tournament, in every jurisdiction. You mra, you did jumedi strong for that thing. And CAF, any AFCON no mobono, per the rules at that time, no. The moment a team best stage you walk off, no, quickly, you switch to enforcement. Into who ni pana ujine mfinfi, no. Wow, oh bare facts, no. Wow, we are judging, no. You quickly refer to the laws, the rules of engagement. Article necessary. So Mustaji walk offer. You go there, explain to them this and this is what will happen if you go on to toe this line.
Okay.
Samo tuaswa yes mo say ni besi. Nanka refi na be jina mfimfi not all time. Inti can 15 minutes ne so ye na nanko whistle no declare simple and short. A hona wa apply laws no. Cast one or be any bit my bem abe you a frame. But the moment the spirit of the game near is more in tune with fair play. Yentwaso, the stage is high, euphoria, reputational damage, I've confined me masanyo maninsi, yanyo monko kasa omumra. But we always fail to what? Enforce the law. The law always comes first, especially per rules of engagement. So obey any engagement na mrada ho dia emrada first ahead of any other thing. Your fair play ho ebi a player no betimi enya head injury na mo decide ma be cover ye mobium bibi betime si sa nyoma no ho. But with regards to regulations there, ref you know wa higher papa. In fact, ref you know I say bibia and appeal any ruling across open us up to more reputational damage on we trusting ourselves and we having a valid, decision for ourselves. Say, CAF as a body. They say, well, open us up and be brave. Going forward, most of the teams will see this AFCON tournament in a different level. They say, crowd afena almost have a right here down, cry. One of the days, some of my players come be AFCON. Na sabria untimi ajaji a winner when the rule states clearly. When you could have applied the rules within 24 hours, 48 hours time frame, no. Andy, no cry young can in term, no. Hatching bibia.
Yeah.
Truth delayed hurts very much.
Okay.
No cry. I also catch you near. No one can change this no trainer ko catch energy. What kunani sa?
Egusu ayokoso egusu anya monitor proceedings sa issues we no de be we chiri bia ne saba ye be saba update ati for but ye ni kan kwa amuna ne ko fansam ne mra ye ba na afi no ye de akalom enso abeto aso matches a ho nyina ene the stories a if you amono ne ba no ye di nyina egu for me ba na ya ba be di nkomo se de maka ne be san so kwa amuna ne akofa amuna ne nsiru nyina enso 8 media ba ha pure 95.7 FM on Facebook and pay pure FM TV sounds on YouTube no pure FM TV live baby alpha ubenya dwedi na onso atinya monitor yan kwa amro ne mrashisi e ba na de aka no ni nyina enso atinya to aso.
Are you ready? Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Right, yenin commando pay latest Frinko phone crossing Fenina, and so Emra Games across Emra Germany Bundesliga and Menra, Mame fan to get a Leipzig Bobo for the Trefi, Wamushe, Enum Emma Hoffian Bobocon, Omantiante, Enum Air Resource, Emma Soko Italia, Mame fan to get a Cagliari Cash with Trefi, Emma Napoli with China 1-0, Scott McTominay, one Edenya, the only good Ewa game Rabra, Aya Genoa, and Swetifi Udini, Echo shared by 2 goals to Nano Piemo, and Ewa Ceramica against Stadium of Viera Club, no. Wamu HMS Emma Aye Clubber here from Sociedad and Timobacco and again Nicolas Pepe Essence Eshe go Edema Clubber here from Aye Villarreal Samson England so and game back across the Vitality Stadium Bournemouth Etnef Wishe 2 Manchester United Eshe 2 goals Nilano from the 61st minute and a goes Nila Enso Baye Mami Fentigas Bruno Fernandes about penalty editor net Abrantia France Christie one ever taken 6 minutes later Samson on goal from Aya Hill, 71st minute. Emma United echo up by 2 goals to 1. And a branch of French Groupie Junior and so at the penalty at Tekano, 81st minute. And team that 10 minutes after say United echo up by 1 goal and a canon so tell us up by 2 goals to 1. And a Calabate, Mammy Fantugas and a red card and so by a branch of French Harry Maguire and a red card and the United for Medicaid. I can say Abu for the course and Rano. Yet the one same Eba never Mami Fentugas Oko Premier League in Brighton about 12:30. One any Liverpool Airbo Fulham Airbody at Burnley Sounds Everton Chelsea at 5:30 Leeds United and a club from Brentford and at 8 o'clock watching up Newcastle Airbo Sunderland Aston Villa and West Ham United Nottingham Forest Airbo Eddie club from some and as well Tottenham and Nottingham Forest one a game and so Soko Spain and 1 p.m. LG Airbo Mallorca Sounds Espanyol and a Turfy Levante Elche ebo Real Oviedo Osasuna and Club of France Girona Sevilla ewo Ramon Sanchez Pejón omobody tia Valencia and I said the hunsem esitie nyame aduma wachira ewo aye Spain aye Barcelona Rayo Vallecano 1 p.m. and a Barca match on eba so other games no Celta Vigo ebo Deportivo Alaves Bilbao ebo Betis and a Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid and 8 o'clock and later Seba San Commono yet Emamon and so Medino Sona Yensha and Sagana Sana Community Piano Play Yedikan and the Senegal and your calf Morocco stories no and you can be your conversation na Mamma Branch friends and Nicolas Jackson Osia Academy Bamuntin Tino Okaza Senegal team Mokoji I am not Afcon no na Nicolas Jackson Okaza team no na Jackson and Sunya medal nibi I say yes medal omo return plus the trophy and idea near can say prize money no one return na Henra idea Nicolas Jackson and so on IG Oko posti any I say they want this one after stealing all the towels so Morocco for no say per medal and what you no one say per Afcon trophy account wabra amo Senegal towels amadeba Afcon no just Morocco for the nyina omu wi amo towel nyina so towel no anso omo so omo sanfa medal and the trophy no emra Nicolas Jackson and the committee sa post to enra and am the sansem no yet emamon ewo dwumade no so na mame fan together still you see confusion about ewo aye Senegal nyina aye supporters no and as Senegal at this year onsam enra and a Puma and as national teams are Puma for eketo omo no womo launch omo jersey enra Ghana jersey they call World Cup no nyina ebaye na mame Senegal for jersey because enra and the Senegalese Football Federation ever posti ewo social media say wey omo jerseys are one ade ko FIFA aya World Cup omo new jersey omo de ko FIFA aya World Cup no they want to any post ni na ebaya supporters na bufo nyina say na omo star ba ko pe dabi womo aya fans ne de omo nim sa Senegal womo age aya Afcon mienu enti see the star enso ebom de ma Senegal eni kwasa ya ba ko e wo say ya two enti omo nti omo ho ase amra federation be make post no ewo aye ase o comment section no and Senegal supporters they say dabi ade no aye mienu and o maje enti se Puma for no mo pese omo Senegal de because mo ye omo Senegal for and ade omo sika ebeto sem mo fa ba ko no anka star ba ko no anka ho a womo enso ento omo say omo ka che Puma for no say omo Senegal for de Africa nyina enu say omo and the African champions some say Morocco omo CAF Air Champions eno Senegal for woman so hun sem ye dem am na no pay e wo dwumade no siminya report na South Africa as obebo Senegal Senegal for them epese obna so mu yamwo a ene amati Senegal for eko cars na South Africa for say omu hia legal supporter what you say lawyers any idea womu South Africa omu nkofo maben womu ewo nkofo asane ma we omu ni so pa omu the support no enso edema omo from Senegal na just omu so reclaiming omu Afcon trophy womu emo bia any trophy enfem from nsem enfan koma Morocco this year South Africa and almost do Edia Jim. Now, and I don't want to be questions. Sir, I want to bet. Sir, Morocco for MG. I just a Morocco for you so say betting companies in Ayomode. Mina report and say betting company bako. I a friend says Sky Bet. Jametin say, well, confirm me, sir, a name, sir, Ucha bet. Sir Morocco and a Afcon champions. Na and Calf Morocco and they champions are. Ometrio sika enso e dia mawo eno Sky Bet for almost ometrio bia sika enso dia because CAF amoma hu se Morocco and Afcon winners enti se utwa bet no se Morocco and beje a wadi bet 2 months later wadi bet ye di sika enso e mawo ade no amwabi so party maybe we say Senegal for wo krom amusu twa bet chese den ko be dikase no say ono no obekọ say yenko so maintain Senegal champions ana so ko pe sika eno de tia sansam do here the emamo enso dwumede so Manchester United game the Cosonra e Vitality Aye Stadium United e canon chese mienu ema bomb of enso e 2 na de kofa bufo nyina enso de ba ye mame wura ana sama me Ahmad Diallo na yenin command pe because Ahmad Diallo Manchester United coach Michael Carrick enti referee Stuart Atwell dear pa na referee how say Ahmad Diallo penalty box incident to SCA referee one penalty and farmer Amadielo any not just Sabo no say Emma Bomber for Edico Manchester United far Sir Maguire Akosobimo what your penalty Asama I am Maguire I red card almost say Sabo na referee Stuart Atwell Sabo a penalty I die and a bomb of them the own say a penalty Akoji a penalty na I am Michael Carrick I say young fan to us referee sometimes I don't finding them crazy because after Enra sad decision ever seen there until it was mentally on Tuesday some incident we NSC Baku Yaja penalty Baku Yanya penalty in the same game there be referees no anya there and then our branch of friends Bruno Aya Fernandez and so about Enra we game no break Omo brain na brain nyale say anya say be America bi omutu ye no brain yo nemum aye referees and the ma omo brain enra because United na yere no ho ahye aye ni 2-1 wo ba say nya penalty say wa anya omo dia na and the same incident in the same game na osa kwaje penalty asa issue red card and the man aye obi for na osi onim say referees no in the game aye anomo pese ombaji aye 2 penalties at the ama one team because no incidents is here no Manchester United enya 2 penalties na the same ball na wama opponent omo penalty enso ade akwa chese omo ade akwa take dia nya chese wa mamra no enso anya adwuma enom de tia yet emamu adwuma dinu so Bruno enso se ontene ho ase eno na owura friends Wayne Rooney enso ba bonte ene na Wayne Rooney say omo fawo branch friends Amadielo Diallo born obi awe bian ohun say na foul na mom Harry Maguire die o say ade no na nya versatile o just say but referee who say no your penalty esa ko yi red card there's a referee na Neymar ends our film Rio Ferdinand say refereeing decision our Premier League no o say day by day say said the Oba Ghana you complain about the referees no according to Rio Ferdinand say English Premier League almost officiating adia say enkofon almost say ball no na den and Amadielo ni incident no referee o say penalty few minutes na wakoje the say ball be penalty e dia obi no say you red card obi say referees to what atward say no attitude better no incident way one penalty Maguire there no command red card aside the penalty we said it's attitude no we dia and Manchester United for over Japan and Diaba Sansem no yeah the Emamu Ewujumedino some be Bruno Fernandez Bruno and new coach Michael Carrick Bruno abo 10 matches Menoka say why 8 assists and when you 3 goals not just about the goal contribution 11 more than games and that Michael Carrick as a Carrick Bantaman Okokrau and branch friends Bruno and I'm here to home command pay now bomb of our coach Anthony Iriola Faramami opinion na unu say as a player and as a manager we face Manchester United 8 times on the career only say opinion onya lose game 8 times I facing Manchester United no we winning 4 and we draw 4 eno ayo reference Anthony Iriola only ono ena ekita club from say ayo Bournemouth eno osanso konya ayo draw enso ewo na so nya draw ewo fie Editia United na my coach friends Ernesto ayo Valverde ono na coach edema bobo conference Athletic Bilbao bi nya report na say opinion communicate some end of this season na juma ewo Bilbao odini nyina enso eba na wie season na on to aso enye juma emfama club nidi ade Bilbao bi obekọ no akoto aso ewo baby foforo enom diamete mame eye Fabregas coach edema eye Como se oguso eye juma na no meka to say United as Arsenal woman Liverpool se match no me be yi cho say na Fabregas ewo stadium ho na woko eye Como president edema club no eye opinion friends eye Melwan eye Suwaso na Melwan eye Suwaso na say omunim Sir Fabregas important figure edema Como club no nemum omu Como ebeye stupid so omobadwene say one day Ateta enko adwuma emfama Arsenal Barcelona and also Chelsea teams are Fabregas SCI Cardia according to president no omu ya aware so one day Fabregas ebe free kobo na sa teams miensa no wako coach aya baako nti omo prepare eno aya according to president aya Merwan aya Suwanso ena edi san kwamo no Mami Spain omo squad for aya omo friendly matches aya ba so no because enra Luis de la Fuente enso nya name aya ne squad no onse finalissima no enya ama so enye say one able 2 international friendlies nyankopo ya adoma this month na aya Unai Simons, David Raya, Alex Romero and a Juan Garcia, 4 goalkeepers and a coach Naton Sadia from Oko defenders are Marcos Llorente, Pedro Porro, Americ Laporte, Paul Kubasi, Dean Hansen, Samson Christian Mosquera, Mark Ekukuara, and Alex Grimaldo, one a defender midfielder, no, and Rodrigo, Hernandez Cascante, Samson Martin Zubimendi, a branch of friends Pedri, Gonzalez, Pablo Ayafanas, of Carlos Soler, Danny Olmo, and of Femi Lopez. One enemy midfielders, na attackers no, Jeremy Pino, Alex Baena, Sans and a branch of friends Beranje, of Victor Ayamunos, Mikel Oyazabel, Ferran Torres, Boga Iglesias, and Lamine Yama, Aaron Ayopenina, Nedin Adi Luis de la Fuente. For coach na kasama minedi komo na coach na enro after all the minute squad no and wo ko busa ne se finalissima no ama so na aye hwan fort and wo say asema wo busa ne die because finalissima obu Spain omo kasem initially game no nanki yakobo e wo Doha aye kata and enya ama so o Spain 40 ase se nkombo game e wo Buenos Aires a nkombeko se na ye Miami a nkombeko o cha se ba bia omo kasem nkomko bia no ombeko demom Mama Nema enya clear. What I say? Eye opponent baako na so oka Argentina for us. Omo ena oka ha omo so omo mpe. Obeka we omo so omo mpe nti Spain for there na omo ya ready say be a game be ko bia no. Omo be atri enso akobo na mo opanyini blame eye Argentine Football Federation no say omo ena ma sa game no ya cancel no. Eno according to Luis de la Fuente ne nkomo a wono so dia tuja enra Uko aya Portugal and almost one day almost squad no mame Portugal aya team no see ani nkomo omo game against Mexico na omo kwa komo sa game na omo Mexico kromo say omo coach enso release aya ne squad no aya Cristiano Ronaldo, Diogo Costa, Rio Silva, Jose Sa, omo 3 goalkeepers, Diego Dalot, João Cancelo, Matheus Nunes, Thomas Arau, Goncalo Inacio, Antonio Silva, Renato Vega, Nuno Aya Mendes, Omofa, Ruben Neves, Vitinha, João Neves, Aya Samu Costa, Matheus Aya Fernandes, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Rodrigo Mora, Sanso Ana, Aya Ricardo Horta, Aya Porti, João Felix, Trincao, Francisco Constanzao, Rafael Leao, Pedro Neto, Goncalo Guedes, and Gonzalo Aya Ramos. Woman aye players are coach and Swatonsa area from no aye Cristiano Ronaldo because Ronaldo wapra ewo aye El Nasa club into game no one kunko shaka reporter mensaka and it's an kabaya the first time I see Ronaldo kobo game and so ewo aye Portugal na diamond and it's oko aye Portugal and so oko aye Mexico do na to take it because nanka we aye opportunity omu ebe hu Ronaldo and no less ne ya womu aye Ronaldo di womu ya sedo na womu aye disappointed say game no amanya Cristiano Ronaldo and so some ewo mina yeah, from Mexico. Now, Portugal follow. Sounds release our new away jersey for FIFA World Cup. And many reports 2 friendly matches on Mobono. Use home jersey in the Ababako. No more use away and so the Ababako. Portugal. One away jersey na Enra. One so the Ababon to the come up away. Puma for and on Alan Chile community. Portugal away Kirtno. And on the down screen is on in and Obabona Kama. Yeah, there was some Amabu and so Jumedan so. Mamenko Argentina because Sanra on many Spain game and so Sanra Argentina for announcing say only 2 African sides. Ebesiakai 27th of a match. Ewo Bombonera Stadium or Mame Fantu say Argentina one Mauritania. Mame Argentina for new away just no Fatus Mame. Abobabo Mauritania 27th of a match. 31st of a match. Omubabo Eddie Etia Zambia. eno Argentina reporter men say ka sansem no yet mabom ewo Buenos Aires La Bombonera Stadium eho na 2 games ni na enso betimi akwaso oni nyina no ye de momenti omonso away jersey Leo Messi Nike anase way Adidas omonso de omode na ba Messi ana model ewo jersey no kama eno Argentina ti so be pa biata na jersey wo sele ne ma enso besi akọ mami fancy ga sa Belgium enso omo away jersey eno nso aye set aba abonchene mami Belgium for away no de eye Lukaku no ekwohye de akwa World Cup no eni o se bibia enso ye kama Maxwell player Lukaku what you saying to omo enso away kit no eno so that screen no ye don't say no ye the ebabo ewo dwumade no so ne mami England aye squad enra me catch on no say Friday and coach Thomas Tuchel enso we name aye the squad England aye omo squad no omo friendly matches no omo name aye 35 players and a coach neto started from goalkeepers no ayenum what I say Jordan Pickford, Dean Henderson, Brancher Francis James Trafford, Jason Ayestill, Aaron Ramsdale, Omenyina wa from Dan Ben, Magay, Ezri Konsa, Harry Maguire, Brancher Francis Jarrell Konsa, John Stones, Fikayo Tomori, Lewis Hall, Tino Livramento, Nico Oriai, and Brancher Francis Jaspens, or Fresa Pliano, Elliot Anderson, Declan Rice, James Ayagana, Jordan Henderson, Kobe Mainu, Adam Wharton, Ofre Jude Bellingham, Eddie Morgan Rogers, Gerard Bowen, Eberett Eze, Phil Foden, Anthony Gordon, Noni Madueke, Cole Palmer, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, Dominic Solanke, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Arasa Calvert-Lewin, and Afi Harry Kane, of friends are players nina. Now coach no area to the mina report and say England our number 10 position they met and some game against Uruguay. Omo Japan ebe mina report say number 10 position against Uruguay between Phil Foden and your branch friends Cole Palmer. Omo me no and ebe table number 10 no against Uruguay. Omo sound somebody at Japan and Jude Bellingham and Morgan Rogers and so better sa game no and so abo the name make kwano we ya coach no number 10 for no obefa 2 and so be kofie eno aye demetia ya the one some mamu ewo dwumade so ne mami player friends Michael Olise so piemo ewo aye ba amunchina na me no ka say na Bayern most valuable player na ya branch friends Jamal Musiala menya report and say our transfer market Abrantia friends Michael Olise the market value no wabesan Jamal Musiala was say almost the new market air value 140 million euros and Michael Olise Abrantia friends Jamal Musiala media no adropi about 120 million euros and 2 players no back could arise back could enso dropi and dear Alexander Isak and me report and some Liverpool supporter Alexander Isak Nyankopon ya adema Liverpool mu game against PSG first leg and the second leg no me report and Sir Alexander Isak ebe fit now what was 2 matches to be coach your friend some Anna Slot and so I excited to say every Liverpool fan meaning say Liverpool supporters no more excited about a player a friend say Isak because since Isak buy no they know win him also from Newcastle no and you know and we coach say I excited to say every Liverpool fan so the Abrantia friends Isak also at your return now game against a PSG 2 games no ni na boy no also betwe Isak Alisson Becker Nanu ya ana free injury ebeda Galatasaray match no enu ye Liverpool Galatasaray obeda ye menya report ne se Nyankopon ya aduma weekend we yesem aye Liverpool game omo ne against Brighton aye 12:30 no Alisson Becker menya report se wasanso ko preview enu aye Demetrio no se aye Brazil menya report almost squad no aye Alisson Becker pull out from aye Brazil almost squad for almost friendly matches enu aye Dieba Chelsea and Strasbourg aye supporters the maintenance say nyame aduma next month wamu ebe protest e de atia aye bluku aye ownership no unse omo ni Chelsea no omo kasa e sa oni aye Strasbourg te aye team no na yesi 2 teams no supporters ne say enema bia e koso e wo aye 2 teams Chelsea decisions and perform take oko Strasbourg decisions and perform take no omo se omo ntiase enti omo France no ebe join England for our London the street of London na omo ye protest e de atia aye bluku aye ownership no enum aye Jamin Saka na Enzo aye Fernandez tie Chelsea player for me Enzo Fernandez and akodi nkomonra akɔfa nsɛm bebrebe ɛnso ɛde aba na Enzo ɛno ne nkɔmmɔdie mu no ɛno de kɔto dwa sɛ ɛbɛsi nnɛ onim the reason why Chelsea for ɛpamo Enzo ɛyɛ Maresca ɛde ne free ɛyɛ Chelsea ɔno ɛyɛ Enzo Fernandez ɛbɛsi nnɛ ɔnte ase ɛkwan a ɔmo fa so decision no ɛde na kɔ mu a ɔmo pamo ɛyɛ Enzo Maresca ɔsɛ wɔnte ase na ɔsɛ yɛn fa nto dwa sɛ departure no ɛha ne papa deɛ kyɛ no sɛ under Enzo Maresca ɔsɛ na Chelsea ɛwɔ identity Enzo Maresca ɛsa ma Chelsea ɛyɛ structure na so ɔka ne sɛ yɛ ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo ni ɛyɛ structure na ɛno ɛyɛ deɛ tie ɛne yɛ according to player yɛ friend sɛ Enzo ɛyɛ Fernandez enti Liam Rosinia ɛsɛ under Rosinia no ɔhu ne sɛ ɔmo ni structure wɔn any identity because ɔsɛ under Maresca ɛna no ɔmo saa deɛ no ɛno ɛyɛ Fernandez ɛna ɛdi saa nkɔmɔ no ɔmo kɔbusa Liam Rosinia ɔsɛ ɔne ɛyɛ player na friends Enzo Fernandez ɔmo wɔ good ɛyɛ relationship na ɔno kora ne nya hɔ ɛna ɔhwɛ ne sese because wɔn nso nan sɛ ɔseresere n'ani agye kakra ɛna ɔmo sa ne sa adan ɛna ɔsɛ o wɔne Chelsea owners no wɔn adi nkɔmɔ detailed ɛyɛ conversations na ne nyinaa no ɔne sporting directors no ɛna di saa nkɔmɔ no for potential summer ɛyɛ signings players a yɛwie season na Chelsea for better no Liam Rosinia nti mu a osi coach no ɔbɛkɔ no coach no sɛ ɔtemu so tetete wate aseɛ oni baabi akɔ ɔyɛ sɛ ɔmo hwɛ ɛyɛ players ɔmo bɛtɔ for ɛyɛ next season ɛno yɛ Liam Rosinia nti mo deɛ mo ntena wɔ na mo ka deɛ mo pɛ ɛnom ɛyɛ deɛ ba maame nfa wei ɛnto anim sɛ nyɛ Chelsea ɛmpɛ sɛ Enzo Fernandez ɔmo bɛlu so na nsɛn ɛna ɔmo kɔbu saa no ne future ɛna ɔka so onim yɛsɛ Chelsea for them pɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛlu so Enzo ɛyɛ Fernandez meanya report sɛ ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo di new an improved contract and a comma player no na osanso extended ko wanya ne ntia sa Madrid for no hyehyɛ sa Madrid for be share to say no wanya careful a enko for omasafa player free enom diamete Memphis Depay Asia Cup na dem Corinthians ya club no na menya report say Corinthians team no ebesi na Depay obodineka 5.9 million pounds unpaid bonuses any incentives obodi saka no na the contract so June what you say right after World Cup no and I say right in the middle of the World Cup no na the contract no enso so say the man say so betimi renew at the ama Memphis Depay just say busumi bia sa 1 million pounds every month wages the bonuses and the taxes no just say Depay decided so better so one this one the man say Corinthians for no wamu entimi to aso entwa sesika no eno dia ba nyame ya no akira your Man City Arsenal Wembley mama Manchester City Wembley when say City since 2010 16 seasons in a row ninya amukobo game Wembley no enye obi an konya opportunity e come the matches Wembley just would stage bi what you say eba cup matches na just say what do stage bi ansan what me akobo game and so Wembley say City for no since 2010 16 seasons in a row 31 visits to Wembley ochina almost say Wembley against Arsenal enum diaba yeguso ayedi san komo no Arsenal enso club no mame Arsenal Wembley yeka Arsenal almost games so mabo Wembley a mame fanti as Arsenal ko Wembley ekoyi papa de ma Arsenal club no so we numbers na 13 wins 1 loss Wembley ochina ebe so de be 14 and as a losses ne be 2 omokobusa Pep Guardiola so bebo final with Mikel Arteta only na enwa pay mobekwa kwa have dinner before final no muntie Pep or say on only timer or the be call London and when say Arteta and sunni timer or the be Manchester let's just say no dinner and according to Pep no dinner and there Pep I confirm the amount enra say James Trafford and abedem nyankopo ya adma ochina no Donnarumma ochina final no abrantia friends James Trafford and a better goal post them. Likewise, Oko Arsenal Arteta and so I confirm so a Kepa Arrizabalaga and a better machina and the Ama Arsenal David Raya and so ever rested and I report ever yet Emma and so Jumedin so now Pep Eddie 2 years and Rom Kobusa Pep say yes it's Arsenal club no and call for and so replicate Arsenal our style of play Sabona Amumba na set piece and call for and a Pep say normal. Say team be airborne matches na all win ya obi apese osua the winning ways no enti normal sir a club and as a class ni bi ahas here and so ball a bobo conference as almost style of play and according to a Pep and Eddie San Comono Declan Rice SCM fan to get say or catch any teammates no or chino final no so what the ball now be a box na pass the ball no FM Eberech eze and say Arsenal players no omo chance here edge eze NCD ama diameter so omo catch and said Declan Rice also a leader our Arsenal team nemo what catch players ni na say what the ball now be penalty box na hwehwe Eberech eze ne pia ball for mano e say unia amom pass word ma e Joe Carres ana eno a report eba the other amom e wo dwuma no so be nya report ene se openya friend said Josh Kroenke enya ba bedru enso e wo London no say omo omo America e ho no omo tie na openya no wo London nyame yadba wo kina e wo Emirates Stadium e Josh Kroenke ene Stan Kroenke papa no ene ba omo na Arsenal team ne omo dia nyame yadma wo kina omo ebe wo e Wembley enso be final ne bi eno e de mate David Raya SA ono before say oba join e club na ye from Arsenal all free e Brentford no nanka or ko team bi what you say a just say only team no mo ye wi sa nemum unlucky and Sadio enso go through and one go through pe and Arsenal for bid ne bae ye busa team cross FC Bayern Bayern for a keep away and then come be faro nemum do an go through ankwape and Arsenal a phone call and so far David Raya Arsenal for so bajatum say Abrante yabebo pa David Raya wabebo ye pa na mame Victor Osimhen or Nigeria onsa na no ewo Anfield Osimhen ebe planning some bebuye and so against Liverpool club no na I come back to Nigeria and Abrante friends Odion Igalo former Manchester United striker no also win Nigeria for na ewo Nigeria or the Osimhen eko no mame wo Odion Igalo ne mame ni fie and wodi Osimhen koye then you say Osimhen ekoje mpaye Odion Igalo mame ebo mpaye bebrebe and ma Victor Osimhen tonye Osimhen and mame na so mu anensa no bompaye wo se osone na nyina na obompaye enso ma branch friends of Victor Osimhen eno aye Igalo mame ene aye Victor Osimhen Igalo ene gina ho na obone che no eno aye de tia san komo no de babu enwe djuma de sa na no Joan Garcia Barca Newcastle wenye Emma Chesney ebedemo nana do na feel say Joan Garcia ono kasa be cast won pray me na report say aye Rayo Vallecano game no one way aye Joan Garcia ebetia bo game in fact no one Eric Garcia omo ye aye training e gym o man join first day wom de meter say o china game no aye likely say Joan Garcia ono kasa na bedem enso e di ama aye Barca aye club no Mohamed Kudus ni coach aye Ugo Tudor na Ugo Tudor confirm the man say Kudus ebe available in the next 10 days not just next week okono ye be say Kudus Mohamed enso ashasia ono ese remu ewo club there from say Tottenham Hotspur omo match day squad obese rem enom dia ba Ugo Tudor a confirm the say Kudus eba no James Maddison the other day or say or you hope for some Maddison obebo game and san ye season say operate onya ACL name coach say are likely say obebo game before some end this season na aya Dominic aya Solanke almost are available for aya Nottingham Forest aya game no Abrante friends AC aya Palazone aya player and Rayo Vallecano watching omo eko Spotify company sorry na Abrante this one no onsuro aya Barcelona so omo share 7 mi go na omo share Newcastle also onsuro se o se Barca share goals no sa eno motivate no ono offer motivation free mo enya hu on just onya afraid of se Barca be show 7 eno kwa be motivate no eno eye easy eye Palazone ne nkomo no minya report say Hans Flick a plan and so watching game no Marcus eye Rashford de metin say ochina obe play major eye role and so e game no coach no eba mana bobo no bebrebe na yesi Hans Flick e pese okipi Abrante ni peak eye fitness no until so season be we say Manchester United for say Barca for pa enye lombiem on bet you 30 million euros no no fa Abrante Barca and so hen krata mu asesi atete so me de confer Rashford de enka omotama ne mo loan kakra enon diameter no that's ewa akoda bia the friend says Xavi Espart diameter against Rayo Vallecano one ever start match no David Alaba Alvaro Carreras Jude Bellingham diameter Madrid derby no omunyina enso be available for a reference Alvaro Arbeloa, Tiebenya aye David Alaba, Alvaro Carreras, any aye Jude Bellingham nyina. Ma memfa we entiga se Andre Lonin, se kwato epra, best 6 to 8 weeks. Aye Lonin ede ebedem. Na yase Madrid dressing room omo wogide because omo se biase pay. In the absence of aye kwato a Lonin estande tall. Omo kai pa na omo saje double. Enti se kwato asepra na Lonin ebedem a omo wogide ewo Lonin mo. Michel Sanchez aye coach Adema Girona osi yemfanti yase why ready so obe succeed aye Pep ewo Manchester aye City na Pep eko na aye City mpedi for the friend na oye ready on so omo and aye Girona club na omo dia so omo friend na oye ready obeti omo abaye adwuma no Danny Carvajal menya report say wanya offers from aye club say outside aye Europe na yase player no ye wie season na obe meki aye the final aye the Jose ball no Trent etuno toda kra Trent ama owitimi Emma aye player na friends of Fedi Valverde one ene kobo 2 there is so bra ebegia to say ne time e Madrid no aye abana wiye eno aye demeti Barcelona aye deal Spotify aye company menya report say also Barca owo plan stadium no also obo kata so said aye Bernabeu stadium kata so no na demeti say Barca plan and it's 2027 and almost starting and so I said you na about take months album edi awie na almost started 2027 menya reports bia wamu aye Barca Athletic Air Stadium wono eho bia first half of 2027-2028 season na Barca ebeti yakwakobo the matches na omo say by January 2028 no na omo wie aye roof ewo the new Spotify come to say and a structure lankasa ACT stadium say and a Barca for AC no ti by 2028 January there's a Barca stadium no abaye kama say minya report say maybe Johan Cruyff aye stadium no omum ebekwa kwa expanded no now by September 2027 Barca et me abo matches and so I was our stadium omum home games no and akwaso ho eno aye stadium ho sem ACT ma bemra beja for na ye me chance entwetwe nkomo na ye hwehwe ye said amono nsem ni siete still Maxi ever ha and to 4 and so atras Max
yeah
na min chance ever ho no na amono ne he na wofa
okay they did kind of the big game Basel over the weekend Carabao Cup final no doubt about that but before that my main share be the English teams and Spanish teams, you know, over the in the course of the midweek year ball champions.
Yeah, and also be a debate.
Big one. See my man.
Okay.
Also, Andy, say Spain, England, the competition will still be there. The talk will still continue. Because the other two leading leagues are Obeka say Ohe world all over. Omuna Elidi and San Obia to Miaba. And Obia Bepes Obere say which one is the best. But of course, we've dealt with that one. But also the truth is that the lovers of English football no, and the Mephiso are more casado do. The entire more casado said the least thing be a baby no master but Spanish for no, they can even do a lot of things that they don't even comment. In no sana mother English for no a bad defeated attitude because I said me I mean to me. It's me ball one blue and I'm a coordinator na me who did it. But so when him so big to me, I would me bomb a cry to how to so this one they are very, very normal. And that is what I see. Now, what is the point? This is the point. Ye group stage, you know, of the Champions League, and I said your friend said group phase, you know. Now England could have how many teams?
Don't could have 6.
More qualify for the next stage. Now Spain could have say.
I think 3.
And why England for the start say, the league is the best. Okay, how many teams? Monkwamo was saying Anka team we crow a hand qualify. Say we were hand going to me, but so be Kaisa Asemna. Intina Emma Jamaica crab a castle. Newcastle United crowd was Spain. KB on Bena Barcelona crowd premiership and common to me bottle for near. So they were running their mouth.
Emma to our because Madrid ebo Premier League on comedy 8.
On Bedi 8. What's that say? Now Ain't Emma Spain teams in Ebufuye. Ain't they give them what we call baptism. And this baptism, no, and baptism of fire, and baptism of water, and baptism of the Holy Spirit, baptism of ghosts.
and baptism of eliminations.
Yeah, mama, baptism of goals. See a yes, it's a swarm. Oh, say. Now, baptism of goals. They in fact they were handed a real beating. And se met me akasa they were beaten like rats. On say yeah, unhu ekurane yepese yehwe they were beaten like rats. And me sure say 3 things lessons na eso omusua. 1. And this unhu penny now so ye penny a gene bag a sign of respect. But just what you say again they say yes kasa tente enye den entoponko. And the sweetness of every pudding lies in the eating. Adriane say be den dandy. Then I'll be say Adriane de. Udie na be say de. But what you say? On say Chelsea crowd or more lucky or more Messia Spain to or France. They were also destroyed. They were also beaten like rats. So the 2 teams almost survived were England. No, they were lucky. So man called France and called Spain. Arsenal fine.
Arsenal call Germany.
Only one call boy.
Leverkusen.
In any day, looking at the teams, on Arsenal should be Leverkusen. So they did light work of them. Liverpool so fine.
Turkey, Galatasaray.
Now say Galatasaray no one qualifies. So crank our problem. No crank if you number qualify. So they should keep quiet. Now the Isaiah me yane say the next stage in Ukranandi yen san kosia. In the next stage in yeseni aya toha. Me na me yan kame de Arsenal bema Barca. But what I say, nam de Liverpool ama Madrid, and I mean I mean the other way around.
Ope
say Arsenal ne Barca style of play.
Ope Barca Ope England and
Spain. Almost say Barca ne Arsenal style of play is almost the same. What also recently Arsenal all time with the omunim Barca style. Because Madrid the Arsenal is your more hard getting. It's not the Madrid ama your friend is saying Liverpool. So almost omunim so more brepa.
Liverpool, this Champions League almost share Madrid.
Oh yeah, and yes, almost share Madrid. Like even last season or so, almost share two neighbors or Bekaya. It is not that they don't beat Madrid, but almost Madrid share more bread. You check most of the finals and all that. We head to it. Team back or more bread because under clubs saying Madrid they could have won the Champions League even 2 in addition. Madrid you 2 from them. Nanka me de omama money abo. Nanka no so ye hu de but of course it is all good say. The draw was there already before we got here. But what I say, into Atletico ne Barca Asia, all Spanish affair. And Madrid so Kosia Bayern. But just what I say, or more either Spain or Germany or Spanish teams neighbor. But also Atletico and Casa naturally when it comes to the Champions League, Barca. Because the last 2 occasions of Musia after 2015 at Barca G, 2016 or Musia Atletico knocked them out. 2 occasions Atletico knocked Barca out. So Barca needs to be very careful. But of course, Bayern Madrid, the Musia Bia Madrid were the upper hand in all recent time. Forget about saying Bayern Bokemo. No sana city bahala mo be if Madrid are there and said and I'm catch this season Champions League see best start the records ne facts be favor Madrid than any other club. They are kind of say they need to play a bit well to get to the point and where key players no so be can I think they will be good to go. I'm not saying they are winning but I think say it favors them. Chandy real speaking no Liverpool ne Arsenal ne Echo Germany ne Turkey into your money because I get day on Baby Spanish teams in the ewo anymore. Because I'm not sure say Spanish teams singing if Anya Atletico ne Barca de Baco every progress and I know say Madrid also progress because Madrid playing at home against Bayern. I don't think Bayern can beat them there. Into Bayern there baby on between the argument or more buying home and also Crano the Avavadi Moyeno saying it's not going to be an easy game. Clearly speaking, I think it was a very good way for the Spanish teams. And even Tottenham, they won against Atletico, but Atletico also beat them so many goals. When they even scored 2 more goals, Obia Ebehune level near Redia Echo. EFL Cup. Top 2 teams that were England and Asia the final. So Emmanuel very interesting. And here Arsenal in the city. And no more Wembley. So the first trophy will be beat me in the year 2026. So we saw a quadruple. And don't forget, although City are free more Champions League and done and dusted, but they're very difficult for City. But they are still in the cup competitions, because winning FA Cup in a City, then until Monsono, we bear one area, so more retails on baby. Because we call ball more. Next is the realistic trophy on bit to me agent, bit me acquire the FA Cup. And also I'm banner say all season no and the Omoko trophyless. It's me who City as wounded lions as far as this competition or this final game is concerned. Although Arsenal are a favourite. Now Yanche from 2020, Arsenal said Angel Silverware I am major. And 2020-2026, that is 6 years now. But they still have a realistic chance on major quadruple 4 trophies a year. Until we need the first step for Arsenal. Until I say Arsenal's money, because Arsenal man and count here. Next almost season is being shaped gradually. Until quadruple no be changing. But you're not bad day. Treble. But so I'm far near free treble now double. And also I'm far and I said they can only win a trophy. And also I'm far and say a trophy less Anna. Until say Arsenal and win we are the language will start shifting. But Andy, what I say, internet is almost so common him. But for the past 8 years, Arsenal air come first final in the EFL Cup. Now the Omodeko game we saw more form because the last 14 games in all competitions now and the Arsenal in Lucy the unbeaten no winning 11 or no draw 3. Into the momentum our Arsenal side as far as this final is concerned, no doubt about that. But from 1992-1993, that is what 33 years ago was the last time I think Arsenal won this trophy. Trophy weighing a trophy Arsenal shed our edge unlike the FA Cup any others no. And I'm about 1993 to 2026. Say be my 33 years. Into Arsenal need to break that dark. But in that sequence, Arsenal lose 3 finals to City. Lose 3 finals to City. The last one was in 2018. And at this one, see another final against City. And they say Arsenal a PBB. Despite the fact that they are playing well and they are bossing things up, they need to move to another gear. What am I say to make sure some between we are your media. City on the other hand, no, form no going into this competition is not the best because the last 5 games at City are born and your man winning just 1, or draw 2, and or lose 2. So make us say performance near poor. We no they call Wembley there Arsenal will form SCM. But competition we no Liverpool na agene kese. Liverpool age 10. And a City age 8. But Pep Guardiola to make competition we twice so 1, 2, 3, 4. And the Man City are more dangerous no. And a City and winning 7 successive finals. Andy, in the cup competition, so much winning 7 successive finals. So it means that when only City bought cup final, it's very, very, very difficult. And Arsenal should be very careful. The last time City lost in that final, in 1973-74. If we were the last 7 no more corning in our competition, to make edge. Into City woman, they are going to be wounded lions. But over head-to-head history now. Also, the last 6 games are City ne Arsenal born. Andy, Arsenal and Lucy. City is Arsenal and Lucy, and it's a City swing again. Winning. Arsenal winning 3, and Omar draw 3 in all competitions.
Okay.
Meaning so one word, you know.
Yeah.
But the last 4 games of my ball EFL Cup no monsono. City swing winning in. Oh, the last 4 games of my ball. Make us say the last 6 games now Arsenal and Lucy all competitions. And on my ball. Our mom win 3, I draw 3. But the last 4 games of my ball EFL Cup no mono. Idea City swim winning in. And over 2017-2018 final cross City also won that one. Yo. As yen kweyeni. Yen hot start be. Arsenal Tasha go second half of competition way mo. Because I mean say on my last 8 goals or match almost 7 no. After the first half na Arsenal shall go. Into City very careful. Say game no crack caught the dying embers. The possibility of Arsenal scoring no I know very, very, very high. The English players are doing something for Arsenal. The last 8 goals are in any competition at Arsenal. They most 6 English players. It's not Obi can Eza say Oka Eza
that Rice say Ben box no pass one.
It's only Declan Nankasa Bako and Eza and Suya Bako. Timbecho the into Oka Eza Semnebao. But City so problem, they say. Oma conceded 6 first half goals in the last 4 games, Omabo. And I said, me a writer. Yes, 6 first half goals in the last 4 games. Because what it means that one game will concede 2 goals our first half. The City ta concede goals first half. And Arsenal team way. So show earlier. This time, Arsenal, the difference between winning last season is among senior you keep a lead, you take a leader. How about to me hiding? I prevent lead no for a very long time for the game to end. How that is done. They really possess the game very well and play to an extent that they will preserve their lead. Unlike the season past, no mu take a leader. Yet me a bet your from said this season this Arsenal take a lead now budget. It is almost putty. That is one of the technical changes. Mikel Arteta wired to the Arsenal team. It is an Arsenal taking leader. It is very, very, very difficult for you to come back and beat them. The City needs to be very careful. So I'm going to that symbolic performance now. Arsenal taking first or even 2-goal lead there. I can tell you, say, done and dusted.
Okay.
City soon to be keep a clean sheet. I'm going to keep you just 1 clean sheet away from home in 8 games. So more bobo na enyo more mufie na ya aware. 8 or my bono clean sheet back up. And don't forget that this time more call Wembley and also in your home. In the City, a problem pa going into this one. Yet a better say as in the last 9 games, Andy were contributing 6 goals, was 4 and 1 assist 2. And it's a Declan Casse or Montreal Noir. I think Declan is right. Declan A right. That guy is in a hell of a form. Now, Haaland, so the last 3 successive games only Arsenal bon washe go. But EFL Cup no washe just 1 goal pe.
Ellen Haaland.
Until I was say senior man Semenyo. Semenyo. So Oboa Haaland in this one. Mesreno Real Madrid the end of my NCC fem. Papa. NCC fem. Papa. You go back against Amfa. Wait here. Semenyo ye bibi mai na saba vadi no o ye be fuana o e wo ma season o be ka say on sedanka unhu de be no aseda be ya de bi no de ase go no. And what I said say I think the Ghanaians are favorites in this one. Arsenal are favorites looking at omo performance records na ade am de atujan. But City momo no wounded lions in this one. Arsenal are very careful. Because the records in winning this trophy, in City winning this trophy, in Akoma City, it is a City pejo modern bonumu kakra to another leveler. It's a game where your best first goal will be very, very crucial. So Arsenal favorite, but I will not be surprised if City wins it. Because they will go in as wounded lions and they will play their heart out and make sure that the fight across between a fight. It's going to be very interesting, but I see Arsenal as favorite in this one. But what I'm saying is that City going as wounded lions, I will not be surprised in this one. And it's only me arguing. It's a minimum there ma we some we are messing back. Okay. If you honest with we now that games here Sunday at 12.
Maxo. Do
Andy. Yes, quick one. Yenye stories quick na yembe match I think say Olise over Musiala starts now and I say image now the mind. I think it's in the right step.
Market value.
Market value. Say player market value because there are a lot of factors that come into play. 1, overhead availability. 2, overhead consistency. 3, overhead impact on the team. Now share Olise availability. When was the last time I see Olise pra?
He's always there.
He's always there. No as I share the consistency. As a forward, 2 things near the show consistency, goal involvement. You are scoring or assisting. And then in Europe, he's amongst one of the top creators for goal involvement. No as about here, ne impact on the team. All through the matches you could feel his impact. So when the ball goes to Olise, you are assured say either a goal or assist and on Boama BBI come on. No as about England call up na manager Thomas Tuchel diabe tujano. So utie ni pressure na odiche mu na at times I know na ya na empempi ni ye bi wa ha. Ye de ndie no anse aye flyer ne diabe to nchemu no ntamba sa. Ana nchemu no beba kura na we can prepare defense no crans and a whole baby cheap.
Only questions a baby
and I bet my limit because we are my own bisa question. But we know Utia or say Obenya 2 camps. 35-man squad. And those most of the nations, and a nation like England, by now they should be assured say the 23, the 26, the 28-man squad. Yeah. But Tuchel Peso beam to the point that 35-man squad no benya 2 camps. Now the other separate your money omo bomb more minutes no. Omo feature in first game na Okano.
Yeah, against Uruguay.
Against Uruguay no. Nemu omo share den minutes. Oma babe join it. You benya new appearance. Say obi to say James Garner. Yeah. Ono no abo more minutes there, but omo a ono Tuchel no share dan show omo. Ono no omo feature man no. Omo no mbedi kan abo. So it's good to assess a team in that frame. And I say obe share 2 camps na the assess team no. Manager bia any top manager out there. Onim kra no. Onim the first 14, first 16 players are. Or do you best starting match? Say near FIFA we still say and starting World Cup now. So for Thomas Tuchel approach, the names will be out there. Adena Luke Shaw, Adena Trent Alexander, Arnold Dambem near there. But Tuchel your manager be a onim diope. And with this way also be assess your money, it is going to be very, very interesting. And I'm so happy for Miami players, Kobe Manu and then Harry Maguire. Maka availability, maka consistency. Say u feature omumi enu feature or club 2026 omoye the best club in the Premier League in terms of points accrued. Who said 2026 you pay team league in the last 10 games when your points kesia Manchester United. Now some players see available, some players see consistent, no more. Definitely they will get a shout out to the national team call up.
But Kobe Manu the coach is saying about
yeah.
Because for Rooney and Morim, I'm not sure 35-man squad in car.
Debbie. You are not available, you are not consistent. So how do you get into the national team? And Thomas Tuchel said you all can say the camp and say no debate me or more minutes no. Into from that January period, say Carrick be so more BC matchy. The number of minutes awenya. Into qualify no man boho. Then Obesa share message Alisson Blow no. Alisson your goalkeeper bia. He's one of the standard goalkeepers for me in terms of Oyusun and Sa, Oyusun and 9. The 9 they be brief you say who here as a goalkeeper who may name ni say unkwani ama kwan say found such a in TM home found 9 ye be. But he always stands out. Ope one of the remnants of this Liverpool team. Player who names and quality also a bit trusting him more heading Alisson Cajon. And he getting injured. I be affected Liverpool. Mind you, Andy Mashad be Liverpool. Say Okobo midweek game ba and the Champions League no ba be boa. E moon 9 we winning mu 4 pe.
Okay.
85 no nyina and either so be draw na so be lose. So going into this game Brighton so akoye bibio even though the first leg was share Brighton but Brighton akoye bibio wo ho a ono so last 3 games were picking up form obitima ha Liverpool ye. So this injury blow no e be affect Liverpool. Mama, that's really a good replacement. But the Alisson here no on any day, pedigree, class, quality, enye bina or penye freno. Mama, that's really beat me their mind. Now you ras na ni City match ni mkakra. Minu ya penye big yaba. The last time na miwe na last time we doing say me ni chain big say big ni chain ti.
Lizarazu nyende Lizarazu time obo train.
Ni ho na efe. Wenyi ni pa. Inti Ajari Emami, how I also Arsenal lining up. Maxi, I can be brave about the history, the stats, the analysis, but this is how Arsenal should line up for me.
David Raya
in post. What do you first you? So I heard David Raya. Sa competition we no competition.
Yeah.
Kept on a table. But yes, we be loyalty. Kepa has been good. Wa deputize well. But who Arsenal the last 6 years in the Unji trophy that any Mikel Arteta Adena all building it Adena Washisheno their car is silverware. You would go in for your best goalkeeper.
But he said he's going in for Kepa.
Menena main take risk. Bra fa Abrante we be tum no more. But for loyalty sake, Metiasie Person be say team unity, team chemistry, no, because Kepa na ademwa Abedru final. Then Saliba and Gabriel they send the wow him say there are no qualms about it. And then right back
Timber,
solid guy defensively. Into social way defensively defensively obeboa echiremi no osa kon animo Arsenal ni a high flying right wing back and I say right back. But ubetimi nya Timber so be adwuma. Then you go for Piero Hincapié. Yehu Calafioria obe start season so well. But the injuries in and out, but Hincapié ni aggression any near deno you would need him for these kind of games.
Okay. So
me no. In FIFA there are no qualms about it. Declan Rice, player of the season in my context for Arsenal. Say Arsenal can so you be about player of the season or Gabriel, but me Abrante Declan Rice. Yes. No about Martin Zubimendi. And then Ezea can me. In this competition, Arsenal need top scorer in terms of Carabao Cup. No.
Okay.
Obia 1-1. Me the image name Ajare. Obia nu awase bebre anu aka say we na oye top scorer ntimi mane but as a recent form any Declan Rice or no so a goal scoring midfielder. No anya Ezea or no so an attacking midfielder. The last 5 games ni goal scoring and I say ni goal involvement ni wasra is good. So you get goals from your midfield and Koye flat Zubimendi betimi aye adwuma no, but you don't expect Zubimendi to be the go-to man say about goals are. Up front Victor Gyökeres and could be because we the same Kailai. But me say Arsenal 6 years you on trophy and no best packet nyoma bebre amo mo say Arsenal just over where ECC ya. The belief, the strength, the power omubenya say omobe finish the season on a high no. It will be it will be up there because they are 30 in Arsenal mekano onya silverware biao wa challenge for trophies, Champions League or semi-final league or fight here till ebia 2-3 weeks and I say they be an point gap with me that's one be sign ho. So this is a timer obey here so be born full players no ajari fam rana me fancy. Then you go to the right wing. Trossard for me for these kind of games it will maybe not be the super sub ama Arsenal. But for this kind of games, Martinelli, the decision making too questionable. So I'll put in Trossard. Bukayo Saka because he's Bukayo Saka. Because ka game way ebe suiti noni madweke more because also Carabao Cup no waye juma ohopa. Then Victor Gyökeres up front, Arsenal top scorer clearly. Ope Kapajia. Enye Kaya Sem, enye Gabriel Jesus Asem. And you're top scorer. So you have at least 1, 2, 3 players you nim say Pegola, Declan Rice Benyama or midfield. Attacking midfield, Ebereche is a Benyama. Up front, Victor Gyökeres Benyama. Oma mi image na the man no on City forwards na me fancy.
Okay.
Ope department o me disappointed City this season na e omo forwards no.
Omo anymore.
E wom say January or your signings be augmenting the team no ko fast menyo be shame ko ade but and the had the last 17 games 20 games for these guys and somehow Phil Foden in the last 16 if I Madrid didn't count in the last 16 games on Shego.
Wow.
No I heard Jeremy Doku wait me the Madrid didn't so account in the last 13 games and also your forward on Shego then Opemuna Ellen Haaland the last 18 games was 5 we know before was 5 it is not typical of Manchester City forward, especially for no about Ryan Sheki 4 goals in 20 games. Even though said assist no benya numbers no. But imagine senka we munyina obia or at least 5, 6 goals, 7 goals in the last 20 games. It changes a lot for the fortunes of Manchester City. So midfield or problem, defensively or problem, but anymore no nyomaha. Those semenyo ba ono na behimwa ene say Haaland and Trinity or no be Trinity. But imagine say boys we munyina and I say players we munyina e dey can semenyo ho a. So for me I believe say Sunday no it's about how the City attack will be that ruthless. Team we are Pepe building no. Omu ni character to say Gundogan ne Kevin De Bruyne mo any Riyad Mahrez mo. Omu ta akọ Wembley send your kind no. And call this Wembley image ne to so abon say after 2019 after 2022 2023 on the average na say eso tiba acquire 2 appearances, but the free sa 2018 sa peak pep time no almost 3 times 4 times they be no more call Wembley. You could see says our pep team we no mentally omunyandruosa in terms of any day now we mo na quality no was na big game we air for mom game be say omode call Wembley domestic treble mutimejia. So clearly you could see says our Wembley kwa ye share team or form uniform no any problem. But Mikel Arteta personally so a good record minima Jare as a player for Arsenal. Oko Wembley bia no nya victory.
Okay.
And then maybe in my play against him 2013-2014.
He had a win.
2014-2015, 2015-2016, 2019-2020 as a manager, 2019-2020 as a manager, 2020-21 Community Shield. Now so Wembley Hokono as a Mikel Arteta Arsenal no ewo edge. Pep Guardiola as a manager there Wembley wa conquer, but sunny side where Nico Gonzalez wom, Tijani Rangers wom na Mamush namha na we namhano sa new city squad we no enshedanye toughen enough so mo be nyoma bebre o Wembley Andy.
Mira say to for mesa ba so ye biggie Andy opinion no
another now siri
say me atara say me watch you
you share achaka
opinion is on Namhala you go say the be all ruling no na dey see
asama okay
they be all ruling to na dey see
asama okay entesa
biggie
what asama to
me na bia boko
na me adum bibia boko kaselas
say na no me chese o say nka mo san frɛ amuri na mo san pam ne bi
we hear double sack I am friend na san pam no for because ade amurim dia Manchester United no he made every Manchester United supporter believed our players were bad. That is the kind of perception and the notion or the core bond team here because it was like say team 24 year and my team succeed be no my year. Yiska kwa two players at the Manchester United bobo konim still performance and that's the same. And he says sanity then it looks more or less like say problem no a coach na and I say players no and a lot of the players were criticized hugely because of coaching and performance because yes could be menu nyade ne more from coaching and kasaka say situation na Manchester United woman no ending and the situation na United woman ending or say in such a situation at a big club it is not for kids. It do not refer to Kobe Menu as a kwada untimi Manchester United in free baby or dano but the same Kobe Menu today Ebo Manchester United, the same Kobimanu Boniye. You gave a lot of opportunities to Manuel Ugarte. But Ugarte in Manchester United midfield, that is same Kurumau. Born in Namhosa, true. Obesaha Manchester United, Afafa Ugarte, Dabreho. Today Ugarte is on the bench. Kobe Boniye for Manchester United. What was the performance of Casemiro under Ruben Amorim?
Very bad.
Today, look at the performance of Casemiro.
And now to
Benjamin Sesko. Now you want to say Onyadie. Just because coach, you know, and when players in a style. Now one quite play to suit the style of the players. Anytime Benjamin Sesko is on the field for Manchester United ball necessary. They play more of a wing football near your crosses because in the height advantage amano and he's very good in the air. And two floaty balls in the common quality will be me a shebi the amount. But coaching who sa no. And even when Sesko is on the field, born I was said that for when Sesko form Sesko so form no onyadie. But you look at the strength of your players. Now I build you team to suit the strength of your players. Now they are results. Michael Carrick by on to Obiao. Those weak players, those believed poor performance or bad players, you know, and one of Michael Carrick they had more results.
Plus the kid,
that same kid. And the last time England call up national team call up ne ba Bonteno, asama me kan ya ne say Amorim da so wo ho a ka Kobe Menu Kobe.
Yeah. Anope akwana me catch it for.
Yes, a fact.
And Adeba come say who say last season at a point after United for years Casemiro the ball no ball Madrid we. Oh yeah. But now no year no more say to you say at least almost 1 year
because Manchester United am planning for Casemiro enough at a point no be abuofu into be a few Casemiro ne kra wonya hwe obekọ a wonko but afei na Casemiro time na so say obekọ no because he's gotten a better manager. Afei na Casemiro ball na ye nim se Casemiro nim bona nke yekofa ni free Madrid say on fa mebo Manchester United no afei na obo sa ball de Manchester United. Until now, United supporter be an impenny ne wish ne say Casemiro better for another year because ball na all ball on show any sign of my emre. No aka say won free team nim na wonko. And this is the kind of player a certain coach enti another certain coaches enti na if you say player ne body mo nkonkan. But today Casemiro quality so free Manchester United now who to player bia chacha na uto the names in Manchester United Tonali this is an experienced player no doubt but Tonali experience actually undo the Casemiro level in Manchester United not even Bruno and they do the status as a footballer Casemiro Ginano Casemiro level in the status United player
status in football there
Obiani Obi not even Bruno Fernandes and this is the kind of player we are talking about it is all corner ubetimi akwa ko Tobia ba behyewo but what is the guarantees of the Casemiro performance it afei no wadwene hu say ebia last season no na yesi Casemiro modern money nyane na nye ono hu ene yebo Bruno ma ba so say Bruno performance here nipa ka say player of the season crampo in the Premier League and farmer Bruno but today Bruno is playing well because Casemiro Bruno Kobe Meno omo ko mani ma omo nsuro because ball the trauma no mistake there's a certain Casemiro at the back interception obey blocks obey Eddie Amau and now Manchester United draw against Bournemouth Casemiro Eddie yellow card now United playing is a sign because it's the player that does the most tackles and we United in fin on him into yellow new weekend the performance now for team ni fin na emre because also be the red card into afei na yehu say nyaaya na get him fie ni bi kan ho but baby aduru nso so be den ono so be so okoje gracia wo baby
na obi say ne mama ayi Onana so bra back because say
Onana be
and ne ya muri ne Onana
na so Onana no so no so effort goalkeeper now is passing from the back the Pep Guardiola create you one at the buy
of James Trafford then no monka of James Trafford under 1 month Pep
in the buy passing from the back and they will jai Donnarumma was passing from the back and they were who here shot stopper goalkeeper Jumane Chebo nya pass ma unu and so you now be da ko boost na went me anchia Manchester United them found say abobo no open one of the teams almost concede chances by United count Ajuma send le me ayama Manchester United no me friend a little Courtois yes little Courtois on the podium Andy little Courtois he's one of our best players this season Ajuma why dey Manchester United no bia hu nyama hi se by in there Onana sa saying now we Onana deputy or that's what Manchester United and I believe so far there Jumana Michael Kai he's done well to be honest he's done very very well and also Fataba so one day Arsenal game no and one gamer very important to these two managers Pep Guardiola here Mikel Arteta to here pa everybody feels like say the kind of spending Arsenal boku na ye Ediama Mikel Arteta no or that kind of manager sika yet to the amount players are amount for 6 years getting to 7 years the Andy FA Cup back open some fata yen Arsenal because time na Ediama Mikel Arteta no I can confidently say Arsenal nya sa time na the Unai Emery by this time they might be celebrating more trophies than Arteta yes Unai Emery anya there none more more Arsenal than so any domestically no nya problems because the first time in the English Premier League into no struggle kaka Premier League ni mo but baby na ye ne field no ye expert pa in Europa Cup no or the Arsenal ball finals and at Chelsea team at that time na ye experienced Europe Arsenal team ni free na to mo J trophy no e the free Arsenal nsem yes you nya there 1 year ya pam no but Arsenal has been able to stick to Mikel Arteta for like 6 to 7 years. Yempamo seko. Yenya gidie wo mu. To whom much is given, much is expected. Player bang na opa yen tonum fa ne mao. Yes, Mikel Arteta anka. Why you adwuma ma yenya omu gidie. Enti ye feel say na uhia bibia be mo adwuma na koso say ye de mawo. But that doesn't mean say ye de mawo. Na de ye pe no mfa ma ya ye be din ni ahwe. The supporters ni be chance yes omo kasa. Enti say Mikel Arteta benya asomdwe. No de aye na adwuma wa Arsenal. This is a season he needs trophies. League no that supporters ni hweso obeje. Champions League last season or semi-finals. Said you di second me and so league nim twaso. Now if you that first don't be expected to obeje no because you feel say what the second me and so twaso you have to build upon that performance. If you are building upon that your first and fatal. Champions League last season or semi-finals. If you have to build upon that performance, you expect to do finals. By no adding, it is a no adding. They are domestically in crew and namu and even a chance. Oh, Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola last season, Menkai Trophy or GU, a major trophy. Menkai, 1G League, 1G FA Cup, Menkai or GEFL. It's Pep Guardiola last season probably had a trophyless season. Aside the first season with Premier League, semi-kind year 2016-17, I call trophyless.
Every season, you are not
every season, not a trophy. Pep Guardiola here to take say maybe after this season or the next two, or better me a team not to one of so he would want to live on a higher note. And your poor performances on the trophy, no, the Manchester City team, no one about to no, Debbie, it's the trophy near trophy, or no, so Pep Guardiola as a manager, because realistically, this season Champions League no out. Abelo I am so your coach. Sorry to say that. Ababa be in from watching women away. League no, as now Croatia FA Cup, but I think that the next game is against Liverpool also. And also finding the right rhythm and spark to play matches at this moment. There is no guarantee say how no any that's all. The Air Force Obeje, here for now final CC because I one off. Okay. And to also see as our trophy now, Obeje man asuma jono. One player who is consistent ama Pep Guardiola since he arrived to Manchester City. Ellen talent. Goals upon goals or share the Pep Guardiola. But not to forecast and be say the City attack has been a disappointment this season. That's for a fact. Okay. And until the Pep Guardiola ko fa Antoine Semenyo de buy because if you to say a Jumani nyina be see Haaland so nti ye Haaland free mo a me nya obi obeche go mfa ma me. Nti ma me mfa Semenyo mra. Ono no ba be ka ho ewa animu ho no mo a ada Haaland anhye no Semenyo betimi anya goal dia ma me. And oba he's doing that. But Haaland kwan of us start Premier League no and the latter stages and ye ma je go. You bought Premier League in the first 17 games. Now Haaland has 19 goals. And you do one hour and both say, maybe another first season 36 goal record no share with Premier League anymore. Yeah. But in the Premier League, after the first 17 games, you bought the last 12 was a 3.
That's a decline, I'd say.
And the frequency rate and all this go. That's what.
Yeah.
Maybe against Madrid, go no nya be that morale booster or that confidence booster. But Haaland na yendim no. Ni goals in the form. It won another opportunity like this. Unfortunately for Haaland, who she had the best central defensive player in the Premier League. Saliba and then Magalhaes Gabriel. I'm gonna consider the fewest number of goals in the English Premier League. In the Champions League too. It's who she has such a side that the mobile on your Mokobia. Haaland beat me across his head on Nana. That is a very big question. Until he proves otherwise, I will feel the son. Won't mean yes, I did. Pep Guardiola this season the problem is the fact that Guardiola na Kaho. I thought our selection basa. Yes. Or Kahombi. Pep Guardiola loves to try new things. Or you never found all the agenda basketball. In the past, looking at the quality of players, I know Kitano, now Oya Efa. Okay. But now I'm saying a lot of the players of Manchester City, any extraordinary, it's a Pep Guardiola team first, It's Oya, Aya now break a crack. Game when you game, it's Ryan Cherki got on a bench. He has to start. Ryan Cherki is the creative spark for the Manchester City team. It's Yaka Haaland that won't goes in Yano. Said your dawati mau passes bebre and support where bed into which goes. It's Miliaba could be first to departures, Unyaka oh ne Didier Drogba nya bad day or ne be there go Adi Maluda ne that Torres echi Oka Torres asempe not Drogba Torres one go or say I want to mean Maluda ne that Torres echi because now on Jim Maluda ni so that kind of play bet me create a lot and so the ama Torres it is a one for Ryan Sheki and Gina ho now ko for certain players baby Gina ho no mo who weekend team no ne bench or turn on starting in the Premier League nim o you Bruno Fernandes free on ma on na create the most chances on na kita the most assists. Oh, Premier League anymore. Tisa play and I am fan and not nchen. Actually, what the defensively problems they solved since I'm a gay by the first leg in the Champions League against Real Madrid, El Banabo, and we exposed Kaka. Normal. Be at that stage, that atmosphere, and yeah, the Banabo no Njina baby sada. But domestically, he's been the best Manchester City central defender, Oni Kuzanov. For Manchester City. Obebono Pep Guardiola, yes, favorite to be with team anymore. Chinchilla was all more.
Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, Rodri. But this season, Senyama gave your buyer, City best central defender, Kuzanov. Obono Obama results, but Ruben Diaz. Into Ruben Diaz, you're affecting Quadi or not necessarily. And it is affecting the team's performance. Arsenal attack and a Jumaka Siena General Monoso. They have to do something for the team and win the trophy. But I feel say in as much as some will be a here trophy no, and the lack of Arsenal side this season. Yes, and Arsenal trophy winning spree no. Say beko year shasi echna. Okay.
Obefan say EFL okay. Oh, say Arsenal you know to me league ni grand boy nyare. But losing the EFL Cup final to Manchester City. Na City now only need pre-league no. A bit me the pressure at also. A bit more lose self-confidence. Say, hey, now EFL crampo na melusi. Now how much more the league? Don't forget, say Champions League no that's room. Pep Guardiola film. And they say as a Pep Guardiola ni City wa attention biya. Omo de ba league na so. And they say they be ya obebu Pep Guardiola abam no. E was so finishing nyame ya do mechina. No one who say they are quite the media league na be den say obi tipina ma je free nsem. But I want send this signal no. E be den the amas na boku no. But I still feel say the lack on the side of Arsenal, the quality they have. And Mikel Arteta, as a footballer, as a manager, the performance of Wembley, no, it should be a good day for the Arsenal team.
We are sending a private message. Send me Musa Omar, right? Okay. The message they say from the Premier League. I say, ask Biggie for me. Does he see Spurs going on relegation? It's between I say among Chelsea, Liverpool, Aston Villa. One of best finish in the top 4. Now the Spurs get us work.
Liverpool, Aston Villa, Chelsea.
Yeah. Well, currently Aston Villa on the 4th position. Yeah. Liverpool on the 5th, and Chelsea 6th.
Yeah. I feel say the consistency in the Aston Villa team. I will say yeah, Jumamomo. Yes. Okay. To say your top 4 there, make for Aston Villa. But Champions League, say 5 in the beko. Yeah. If it is the Champions League, may the Liverpool beko. Liverpool season in share than good. But Liverpool, this latter stages, finding the right spark and the rhythm. They are getting confidence per wins to be on Munyinya. But Chelsea, you know, Andy. Because of their manager. And now what you say, Enzo Fernandez was a manager.
I'll say Maresca no more rhythm and structure.
Yes.
Like and identity
Maresca, they had a clear identity
and the structure.
The player and the Casa Semnoa, they know Opache. Opache is a coach we buy, you know, they don't have an identity. Is it true or not? To me, it is true. In himself, Maresca, a possessive based football style. Aside that, Chelsea Bokuno had a clear structure when it comes to their build up. And Aliam Rosinia to me and Tessa possessive based football mean Rosinia now so be catch them and say ball now or bono. The first 10-15 minutes will be a sorry about and some Eddie Amano. On one account, but by who and a wow players say Casa and some with their found. And we shouldn't forget, say players no how many coaches be Braya Juma. Yeah. Enzo Fernandez, only coach Awaji World Cup, I know Scaloni a year Juma. So when they meet managers are there, players no
they know. So training regime then
yes.
they know
and he said in the interview, say under Maresca, they had good training methods.
Yeah.
They also the training grounds, no? Yes. And at the start of the interview, also the decision and penifoni take you know, only the teammates in Impo Omon Tiasia. Don't forget. Yes, it's what it means. They say 7 hours can you on the teammates no, because he's a leader of Chelsea team. No, he's a captain.
Yeah.
With James, you know, a captain. It's only the teammates and no. And you imagine the kind of perception they have about the coach.
Now, Rosie, I wouldn't need it. I wouldn't say, on your tough.
So, no answer, so no, but you are the
so show working.
I was a coach or chess director or doctor coach.
Player can say,
no credit ever, because a catching you, no so fake. And then the Omo coming on my argument. Relegation, Tottenham,
especially
Andy, it looks closer for Tottenham. Then the man will be a GDS this season, Arsenal betting a league. Because Arsenal are consistent for the past 3 seasons. Or the second Bako. Second Mino, second Miensa. It will be a few say what the second at twice me and Sadia. And yes, I will be obey the idea necessary. So good defense. Tottenham my room fee. Say last season. They say with the Tottenham season a Europa Cup no GNO. Tottenham did 16th or so. They were nearly relegated. Or then Manchester United no. But this is the Manchester Assassin Neymar. And Yema Manchester United. Tottenham will coach now Tottenham won almost any more song and Thomas Frank into a Pamonia the new manager. Now Pamu Thomas Frank now do be a I go to do. I go to the Oba. The record and Kitan will be at the Bonaba, so they say in the last 5 jobs are offer. The first match be a winning. Oba Tottenham the first 5 matches were lose.
To those who be good dependent
on your money job to be a with him. And maybe feel a decision and penny for take you or Tottenham. Some Pamu Thomas Frank. It was the wrong decision. And the Tottenham dear, to be honest, just a players and Ankasa decided to fight for the badge. But most of the time players I almost fat teams in the home. Maybe in play because catch him is a team the relegation you player. Because on no relegation will be yes. It's most of them don't care about the club. It's just a players and Ankasa decided some fight here at Tottenham club and survive it. Nancy, I want to say Kudus Mohammed and it's Avi Simons. Our dog agents of clubs here. And you're not a Tottenham relegation fan obey.
We never before for Akusia.
Can you some
a team the relegation?
Any player.
Our there was speak I'll say Chelsea coach in the day. I say professor or her money heist. So our professor and
chess person.
Lambo senior says our professor and pa. Now go cool be so chow.
Oh, the boss. Major so.
Okay, interesting though. Interesting. Okay. What maybe not Chelsea? I say, Sahara United spark be on the buys. I say, a strong mono that 3rd position. What I say, be secured for Manchester United.
And I referees na can run quanky secure.
And for the referee's decision, that's Ahmad Diallo penalty. It was unfortunate, sir. By a referee and right from that incident almost the Kokoshe go probably na Manchester United players in the field say draining or referee so say boy with a penalty need those kind of things and then I'm some born Kokoto. But even apart from that, United played well, especially in the first half. Until United there and the debut make us a ball winning mentality comes by winning. You don't even get the confidence to play. Because when you there, but the more I watch and you get that kind of confidence, Meshia A, Machine, Meshia B, Machine O, and it's Michelle we are meeting me at channel. And the United support a BA Dim Coma, Assemble Noka, or see under Michael Carrick, Manchester United Ashe City, Manchester United Ashe Arsenal. It is what Misha Arsenal no Ashe City. Our mother first and second will league him there, and you meet me will be our league him. Support and put account. Now how much more players know Mujina Park and a ball game, confidence. From there, and I know the Manchester United team this time around, and maybe the mindset, mentality of the Manchester United players about things will be breaky, and maybe few say no edge Manchester United team on. Say United be free top 4 in party about because Kai can do now, say United are qualified for top 4 at Jumana. Obia Moka didn't say Yemfa Jumanamano. But baby, I'm Manchester Dano. Should they qualify for the top 4 of the Champions League? Obia because I carry carbon money because I'm a man starting and Wababe Chiatoso and the Manchester qualify. Because at the point, no be in this United which may qualify Champions League. Debbie. But today, me am te hey. Me feel about Manchester United we say carry ban tamwa. E be a league in the crampon a different story.
United be looking at winning the league, not
of course.
And can you qualify for just the Champions League? This is the kind of hope and confidence for the Abba Manchester. The top 4 they will say.
Yeah, I see. Minimara up to this point. Omar on the cause that also Monday the permanent job Michael Carrick who was and I saw by chance it be season for you too.
Oh, I still feel sir early. Yes,
is what he's done?
Yes, sir. Obika se pe de wa ye ne yemfa adwuma ne mana meni nipa ni ntokwa. Because mpanifo say amfo na che ne nto aso. Pe de Michael Carrick so far he deserves the opportunity. But me ma dwem ni minim diem ni nyansam die. Me feel say yan twen kakra na yenwie season answer. Okay.
Ati yan twen ye say the season e be siako.
Sure.
You are the only I be pa. Big some boko relegation o na make.
Omo ben ho so ya.
Oh send so be a chair na adwene o cha say nti untumi nka say there be no but the end justifies the means.
Na say there no say na so pass na for cho.
Say
omo fa bo na enche.
Say omo dey say dey bo me.
So say last season there no.
Omo City be share two na we no fefe too much. And then they hope be at all.
So ya bo na tra for ba.
Masa bona qualify. Drew the on hwe the SEO. What I say the SEO encounter.
Say no na mo fam ana.
What I say Liverpool so my nyame adwuma and nyame be shire mo papa. Also any omunya draw diamond na draw esun o nyina sa de ne wo. They say England say ma Tottenham co relegation there be problem. But and the main share we when Rooney. Also say Neymar nge day.
Yeah, he has not seen Neymar as a top player.
Oh, Neymar as a top player.
Yeah.
Also they be say issue of opinion. Well, and me Max no about opinionated debate. I really don't want to waste time on that because a day pan America check to force say Barcelona is better than Manchester United or name be adwan ho e be twese kan. It is argument na enwe. Nti ebia Rooney akan opinion. But what you say?
Yeah.
But what are the realities and the facts on the ground? Who is also a world-class player?
Top.
Who is a top player? Who is a top player? In the first place, Obisa say, Yekase will be a top player. Why? As somebody who plays at the top, maybe consistently for years. And among the top players, maybe see a topper than Ebi. But also what you say? I say info. Ebi Obi, Sebi Obi be king, Obi be Ebia. Or my paramount chief obi so be odi krom but what obi so be divisional chief but omunyina ye hene but difference e wo and if just so even above for crown no your categories enyepe difference e wo see for when Rooney to have said that I think me a little bit disappointed here because Rooney is one of those players I respect so much, you know it for all those long time. Rooney will be of my respect or the man Messi or the man Ronaldo, the man all these players, no, Marco. And a Rooney, your friend is a Neymar, they started as young guys. Omunya no me a very young, they who am a prospect, no more yet the from Everton to Manchester United. Rooney is a hell of a player. One of the best ever England they're producing. And Rooney Crowd was not playing as number 9 with all those goals. Rooney was mostly operating as number 10.
Auxiliary striker.
Yes, and I'll share all those goals. I remember me because he college na me koyade. Those time in Kumasi. And I'll share sa bicycle kick. You know, Money City me boy. So he was one of those players. And at that younger age, you know, say England cry quite. They said your own year. He was leading them. He is a hell of a player. But a biana on pet. A Neymar star, and maybe a Neymar Subani, I don't know, but for Neymar so on your top player there. It is not there because all the numbers the number of matches that Neymar body goes was any their Rooney as a Neymar channel and now here longevity sometimes any case player be am bancha e be say Ronaldo so because one ball na ncha many ni paling agre because from Brazil ho ankasa ansa na obetumi afiri wa be do Europe now be PSG all these years I be Barcelona 5 years I go bo AC na be say 3 years born and see born 10 or 15 ani ba jo ti asia ebia Messi Ronaldo die na obeka say ya bit different kakra but player bia about 10 15 we are you will not be the same player although body ba you be say bibi the Messi nti obi bo 10 obi bo 15 no be so aboy be 20 cra who say difference and it's a player to me bo big player to me bo 10 years actively at the top 15 or 12 wa boy we but obi a won the peak in say bia within that 2 3 4 years or 5 years no what is a player ni peje ya no ba fem no me the Neymar in terms of talent ono ni Ronaldo mon because ball Ronaldo be boy no open player wa replicate bia Neymar so when your time partner ko Neymar ebia ne highlights now here Ronaldo there na utun say player wa be menka so why the same but player of Ben Ronaldo style no skill way no Neymar in terms of skills there no doubt about that. And now when the difference then you're too wide, but of course Rooney the difference is that also Rooney does with speed. Did I make say Lamine Yamal I did back when I'm person they kind of born. So to me the speed kind of born who are very dangerous in the sense that no one to me reading no into obey more danger and obey hard defender here Ronaldo or far baller any mess or more far ball danger other than defenders so at the speed at which or moye and then this only me or the ball but speed now or the be yet your you to me ready any idea say we I think say we is slow kakra Lamine is slow kakra say you know to me the speed kakra to say be a dribble now dribble with speed Messi speed or the that or the 10 that dribble ye then to me ready meaning so what I say and say any idea so or they count but they are all top players. And I think that they all need to give themselves respect. Ebia Rooney has a way of saying what he's saying. And I say Neymar Angasan ye two no for wenti. And then for 20 years two no. Obeti no moye basa for Unze Ghana and say wo ka sema. Most of ye ntie the substance be ye tie baby a wo firi sa na Ghana he no. Baby a no call PSG na M1 no. Enka wo de break kra na call Madrid. Odi on mo basa enye for say obi ntumi nchechere onko Madrid anan de domino ka on me nya adwere okọ PSG ape no kodume even Messi kwa call PSG no or born a bob out to say he was not that Messi because maybe the man de call here Brazil for they believe say born no money nimbo into every Brazilian player be your ego. But just what I say. So the ego is say Brazil superstar on the Brazil, the face of Brazil for no Argentina ni Arsenal. Brazil for company. And so so deno. Neymar issue ne ningis Kenya so also because at that time Neymar even 2015 Champions League no obo game Senya dia Messi dia ma no nuane ade panka meka so no kwa na ibe na Barcelona best player that season. Or ball game, but uye then the ube bonya mieni uo Spain Messi Ronaldo bekata also. So uo Barca Messi bekata also. Madrid ya Spain bekata. Nti Brazil player ono ye the face of Brazil. Yen he Ronaldo okosho obiase. Ronaldo senior okosho obiase. Rivaldo ankosho obiase. Romario ankosho obiase. Pele ankosho obiase. Ude bobolist ne bra. Even Roberto Carlos Mokra no more Madrid obeka na big players so wutu so no so ye ne dia ye kan ne dia oye minim so what ya ono nko ade de obeye bia no he has to live under the shadows of Messi. Say Messi crowd say ye no man je na come Madrid so he still lives under the shadow of Ronaldo. So the issue is that no entire calculated attempts no as a Brazilian star call but that time no second and the PSG anka but that time PSG was not the best of decision he's made. In 10 years, 100 years, and call fat crime be also say, in at least obey if you go DNB.
But cross the carpet.
Yes. But also what I say, and that's also saying Kabiana Ronaldo or Hodia. He needs to look for a team, and at that time they have what it takes to challenge those two teams. You know, and they could break it guy and a man they call but ball pass ball na yeah bonnet dear. Me assure that he's also a top player.
Big yourself,
sound como we know Rooney na ne hoya me won kaka. But I wish Senka menya Rooney definition for a top player. Because sorry to say, to me it doesn't make sense. So because Neymar now on your top player. And then your top player we are saying. Or maybe say me bisa like and then football you both see your top player.
Oh yeah, Bebre.
Me he Messi ni Ronaldo free.
Yeah. Bebre.
Messi ni Ronaldo count. And then your top player.
Yeah, Bebre.
And the top players ne we are see ano. Why na name Bobo Neymar. Andy. Messi nka Ronaldo nka ho. Omo football actively and no top players no more we are saying no. Why na name Bobo Neymar?
Obiano.
I'm finding it difficult to
David, don't find it difficult.
Obiano. Asema Rooney kai pa ni hwen. Na medwene saade we ho ano. Onim nipa no ho adwen besi metirim Mbappe. Hwe Mbappe nyere ne ho no nje Ballon d'Or.
Oh yes. So Oria o meka so ache.
Neymar nje Ballon d'Or. Ti no ye betena wi asechena. Echena. Obi baba be ka kire se na Osman Dembele ni bo che Mbappe. Yeah. And intina Dembele je Ballon d'Or na Mbappe anje Ballon d'Or.
Na so baba be ka start kwa min ka no start kwa say France no. Dembele aje Ballon d'Or ntino. On na yo mo. Topest player okay. Okay as na ka say o say Mbappe so ya de bi. Penalty ne buy no. How nipa call say masa pebe bi jina ne mo ball. Player on the World Cup final say hat-trick.
Kylian Mbappe man ni na ho.
No onye Ballon d'Or. Esa okotre
so say e jada unu abodwu sem a no akofie no akosenso de ase wo de ho.
Ajari ntwa ha no Fanta game Mbappe. Translation.
Never see wo de ho. Because a chira bi me say e be da sorry obi be ka kire say na Osman Dembele ni bo che Mbappe and nti no je Ballon d'Or na Mbappe anje Ballon d'Or na nkomo ya Rooney die ni hwen ebia umpe Neymar suban ebia Neymar bi wo Neymar ho a umpe
but ne ball ne body
but say wa ha say no na minimum bi na obi so opa bia na baba be di djuma die bi na nipa ni ma djuma ne ye totally say djuma we die nipa ni mi ye ebia me fa max one example say bi obi si o analyst bi e wo Ghana ha na baba be ye bibia ma no na what say boy bi na say bra bi wo pure fm your friend max o ye good pa ebia max akwaje me ge ebia max aye me bone ebia max aye mbibi and no aside o max o suban no e ma adwuma ni mu adwuma ho asem ni ebisa me eti adwuma ne de say me di max o ho dance say oh adwuma ne de max o nim ye it ends there and then max o suban ni nti na maka chenzo da bi memfa max o na adwuma no onim ye just because e bi anya adwuma no onim ye o na mum backstage me girl wa je no it doesn't make sense. It's really better to name our more problems. But when it is about football, now catch him say name and your top player. I said man Rooney Canada.
Okay, I say yeah, refi na yemedin kobo and Sufi because if you so and some will league matches but before say about league matches no when you say they are Paul Frimpong adanko ne kaka ku ene kwaku ananse no we had kutajene kaka ku adanko na Paul Frimpong
Andy Casillas
Paul Frimpong
and do so
na kaka ku ne ho ye de
oh ne ho ye o she ho
nice one no the information ba
and the latest ho basa ba ku bi kura kwaku ananse di ahwemu no ano odin pa
kwaku ananse so di bi aba
eno kwaku ananse oni nkuta gina na omu din sem bi achi pa Andy enya sem kituo
adanko da so has one ara free o
da bi adanko has
o da so has camp adanko nya careful Christian to the phone you
also mo betela
mama this our latest now but yɛhwɛ their course so ɛwɔ Kimpiski Ghana man panyin ene Ghana de hye bebre ehyiae na ne nyina no ɛyɛ fundraising na ɔmo yɛ because Ghana ɛbɛpɛ sɛ yɛde nipa be free Ghana ha akɔ World Cup no sɛ yɛkɔ Canada yɛkɔ US mo ka no mo ja Mexico ne emo bi wɔ hɔ ana na enra me ho sɛ dwuma de na sɛ man panyin wɔ hɔ na the FA president Kurt Edwin Simon Okreku na also was here. But my intel this one from the president. Then come out here as to supporters ni kuru ko enu akoka say supporters dey be ko nemum enkoye say yi o man ni sika bi and I fans no akọ yenti omampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Let me stand on existing protocols and just acknowledge a few people, the Minister of Sports and Recreation and your staff, the Deputy Minister of Finance, who is chair of the Fundraising and Planning Committee, my good friend and brother, Mr. Kurt Okreku, President of the FA, the Ghana Football Association, and all senior government officials who are present here, our traditional leaders, current Black Stars and old Black Star legends, our renowned musicians and persons from the creative industry, captains of the corporate world and the private sector, members of the diplomatic corps, sporting unions, friends from the media, and everybody that is here. You are distinguished, and we're happy to have you at this event. Tonight we're launching a fundraising campaign and a new chapter in Ghana's approach to national excellence, fiscal responsibility, and collective patriotism. All is woven into the fabric of our nation. It transcends ethnicity, region, and class, and it unites us in ways that very few things can do. I still remember 2010 vividly, the energy that was in the air, the nation standing still, united in hope, as we came within a whisper of gaining world glory. Indeed, those moments were heartbreaking, and I still don't like Schwaller since that incident. And I've never wished him well since he did what he did. And they defined a moment of Ghana's football history and glory. Since then, our Black Stars have experienced highs and lows. The disappointment of 2014, the lessons of 2022, and the sobering reality of missing AFCON 2024 for the first time in 2 decades. But Ghanaians have remained faithful to our stars. That loyalty deserves our deepest respect and our best efforts to make a return to our rich past. Ladies and gentlemen, when we took office last year, we made a commitment that sports management in Ghana will be guided by transparency and accountability. In my 2025 State of the Nation address, I announced that the national football budget will be disclosed to the public, a first in our history. Why? Because Ghanaians have the right to know how their resources are being utilized, and corporate partners deserve transparency before they will agree to invest. I commend the Minister for Sports and Recreation for maintaining this standard, but we need to be more consistent in releasing information about how much we spend as a country on our sporting activities. With the leadership of the Ghanaian diaspora abroad to mobilize Ghanaians residents in the 3 countries to attend and support them. Indeed, we are here tonight to ask for your support in preparing the Black Stars and covering any incidental costs of the team's 2026 World Cup campaign. This commitment to accountability has prompted us to establish the Ghana Sports Fund, a structured and credible platform for mobilizing and managing support for all our sporting disciplines. Tonight's fundraising initiative is founded on transparency, accountability, and participation. Distinguished guests, the World Cup is more than just a football tournament. It is the world's biggest single sports event that is watched by billions of people. It offers global visibility, national branding, and international positioning. Our performance will shape how the world perceives our beautiful country, Ghana. It will influence investor confidence, tourism, trade partnerships, and our reputation within the global community. The Black Stars is one of Ghana's most renowned brands, recognized from Beijing to Buenos Aires, from New York to Nairobi. And how many times haven't we traveled abroad? And when you say you're from Ghana, the next thing that comes out of a person's mouth is the Black Stars. Sometimes it's Kotoko, Asante Kotoko, in Congo, because of Englebert and all of them. And then sometimes it's Abedi Pele, sometimes it's Kofi Annan. But consistently, the Black Stars will be mentioned when you identify yourself as coming from Ghana. When I visited the team before the qualifier against Chad, I encouraged them to always remember that wearing the national jersey is a sacred responsibility. I encourage them to play with dedication, play with their hearts, and make our nation proud.
Okay, Ghana Mampenyi, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Enra Kimpiski, na omunso Jiska, their supporters, Aqua World Cup. No, Ketokreku, FA President Enra, na Onusu Medina Sena, Bigine to 4, Darling Ponimax, Munti, Ket, or say, what may be Kase, Ghana, your underdogs at the World Cup, Mr. Unaka. Ghana, the Black Stars will not go to the World Cup as underdogs. Ket.
Go into these games, Your Excellency, go into this tournament with our chest up, ready to fight for the strip and ready to change our story. We will not go into this tournament as underdogs. We fear no foe. And believe me, when this team lines up against Panama, against England, and against Croatia, Ghana football will speak. Go into these games, and we will, Your Excellency, go into this tournament with our chest up, ready to fight for the strip and ready to pay.
Okay, Kat Edwin Simodo Kreku, the president of the Ghana Football Association, said Ghana aren't going into the FIFA World Cup as underdogs. Na kasamu kana uchirim saying. But anra you various donations are not ever engineers and planners donate Ibrahim Mahama any the correct donate like $5 million. Shatawali donate $100,000.
Yeah.
Stoneboy donate $81,000 plus $20,000 also in the
Yeah.
And also Nedia Oye Eddie Amagana by no. I ain't Peter or say Jeffy. I understand with you, but me, quick one on that Zanama Ba, Darling Post Wama, Yakuti, Kaka Kurumun Conquest on the banner.
Katoke kun samne de I feel say obi ene won mo be kokon ana obekosa na obekasa kun ya me kwede me kwa kodi nkugo debi enti as a leader for the Ghana Football Association nobody the Black Stars na they are call war na there and they also sound confident. Yes, me ne ya 100%. But they be ameka say assembly be si we asibia ti second e wo two sides e wo animu na e wo akire. In as much as I was sounding confident and only anymore, a children so say confidence now was sounding it's all corner ye Ghana for Bekayo. Assembly of Bekan and Nebiano. It will be used against you after the World Cup. After the police near Baba Befau, no catch or no catch a ye. Yes, the Obekabia will be used against you at the court of law.
Yeah.
The Obekan and Nebiano because Ghana 40. President to so Ghana ni bia nko humpa president or representing the whole of Ghana.
Correct.
Everything you are telling the president, you are telling Ghanaians. So World Cup na ye kon ye underdogs. So ye underdogs they are. Then ye favorites to win the World Cup. Omaya wonko semi-final da. Omaya wonko finals da. We favorite our World Cup nim. Market invite you unnecessary pressure. And from money and the Black Stars and so. Already Ghana for nyina afa saa so to ado na ye coach and or the World Cup no me no te anu mu sei ye bisa Ghana number 9 awudim no o mani ni number 9 ye list striker we ni da so wogide woni mu ye libio se striker ye wogide woni mu se Black Stars number 9 ye o ye kone mu ye dia Kwaya the Samoa Jam fast when Sama Kafa Samoa Jam after he left. Striker be our Black Stars be a Samoa Jam the channel. It's a new striker, you need number 9. Jordan on number 9. Then you pass a man on near the Nako Bohonanko for dinner them. The same thing applies to Semenyo, the same thing applies to Inaki Williams. You need a competent and a potent number 9. You need no problems. Obetumi number 9 the obi abeka as we speak. Who number 2? Number 3 will be. Body, but because who will be a casa it's a 2 near betumi a body. But you go so a put to a benya gidie wonimu. Near say John Pencil mo nyade.
Inkumo.
Yes, o mo nyade. Number 3 you go so a benya gidie wonimu. Na your Black Stars na your star boy in possession our pra. There's no guarantees and who tonwa. Obetumi am the best of performances at the World Cup. Kudus Mohammed. Thomas Day party situation to say. Our Black Stars in him. Eti sir. Collectively, ebi amranti ani betumi akwa bo achieve the na yen susu betumi achieve. It happens, mini problem. But sabre ya ye be call World Cup. We have to be guided by assembly ayebeke bia. Because what can you say in Andy? Ghana needed a come kwa kushemu. Say kone koko jigua. Afei no baba be kan sama elite nko kampo e de fa wo hu ene Black Stars na ho. My raise expectations ni bebre. My raise hopes ni bebre. E tournament na ye kwa akobo. Obiara ne ntia se of football mu. Me expect say Ghana nkonkoje World Cup. World Cup na ye ko me ma fan say it is a football festival na ye ko have fun o. Eti ye group stage mpona Panama a Ghana. Me ba betena radio no maka ho asem, but enyama say ha me bebrebe. Because I know I'm going to enjoy football at the World Cup and a football festival na make ko Germany. But Rocky can say ya. Na woman ko fo bi hopes akosoro. O mo de o mani ato so. So wo kwa ji ade bi e soro nko bi the free World Cup ni mu e de aba. And they did that unnecessary pressure no. E be ba Black Stars na so. E be we ase na emwa Black Stars. Let's manage our communication ahead of the World Cup. After the World Cup, ebe boy in Andy.
Quick one on this now, darling Pomra.
We have to be realistic. I mean,
but so okay, so you're underdog. What would team na be mwana?
Debbie,
admitting you are you Ghana. Oh, you're underdog. World Cup no. Nya bembu ase.
Nya bembu. Tournament bia na your characters bia your tournament. Tournament your favorites, your dark horses, your underdogs.
Yeah.
Sana de ne no.
Yeah.
Enti wo hwe u team no strength no weaknesses. No wa hwe de wo betimi aye at that particular time. Ene be me target say we underdog and I say we dark horse and our favorite. And the enemy midfield we mu tratre mu hwe defense any enemy way. Oh, Penny, he should be realistic. Fine. Okay, statement. I no me pepper. O si chahono. O si Ghana for nyina fan say utwadu.
Oh, ya fan sa.
No krena no aka no. Decide e bisa Yesu say also your no say no aka no. And no big aka no. Ya fan say utwadu coach. Me nkan wasem biom because ya kan the besia ne besi where den on one this e bia nuclear bomb bi fa ha enu nyame mpem on one e de ne beko ti onu kra de ato nchen but o mampanyi betena ho na minim se come here show se screen saver se wallpaper se content creation na all ye na opeso o come hu se ye nko ye underdogs ye kwa unjai saade
asa de ya obude ye kwa afko nko mampanyi ye ko dia ba
ye bewie be ba no o se wo Messi ni Ronaldo bi wa monka nche ne so kai se mi bi o kan state me bi sa sa no be ba be ka che because onu so ye ntimi nye ne hwe. How many times ni call for get head? How many times ni ayaka chance on your accountable? How many times ni ayaka chance on resign because ejuma na o ye no expectations no meet here on show enough competence in your CV ne schools awako ejuma no so no on the job because omo won FO nyina show mu CV so come on, they are fantastic guys, top guys. Our school papa Ivy Leagues why yeah masters near there, but on the job no decision making on the job no it has not been top notch. On jai sansem yesre na omboa ye na wo de yentimi nkoni enkodi ani senye bigi kana football festival national pride Nigeria fo akubi mikra ne no kwa na me de no ti ye de yanku ye namu e beto jesi ne edi akiri but manem yese na manem be haye
mate be da to for bo
Andy
yan robo na yentie ne nkomo o ma to dia ma na o ma te shama ne mo
Adanko won cry na se Adanko ni Jekedi nkomo
okay
enti na ni abresa no Andy
oh
no other Thursday and has folk any rainy hitting kasem no mo court
okay
na our court wono has folk nsem mo ka nyina ne se omo pese na nka court no mo akonya no na nkomo nko settle asem no e wo fie
out of court settlement
exactly because as folk funny free say sikani do betimatuya but omuntimi enfes kane ma emprempresses kani nyina nie rene heading any ni camp omonye dabi but so mu kofia na nkomanya payment plan bi e di so munya payment plan na nkomoni rene heading any ni team na tenase na nhehye no mu de aguo se eda say date say ye betua say emle dodo apese ye ditua nie ba when you think so ne company say omonte ase da enti still asem na nwie ka omo journey case ni to 26 March
okay
house of folk next season so on start on be sign players and also omutimi settle that case no ansa no matima sign okay am be catch you say to gba afede anya agya tum says can obetua but so obetua dia e wo say Rooney heading ene ne company so boa no e mani timitua ento house folk no Rooney heading ene house nsem no ba bia koduru no nyame ya aduma 26 March ye be sa court Andy na no dan ye be kan Andrews intimenu ensem se intimenu ama kotokokwan amoma anya ne surgery emo ka se okwa akokyere ne nan wakokyere ne nan no anya yie enei boy na ti ase se ebe yanka kuma se kro bia asante kot company fo anya surgery na no mo pese omo ye no no ama me be ka kyere wo se kotoko any boy ni contract ebe ba wiye end of the season free so boy no say fie miensa Andy says unim koto company for na kwa koye meeting na omaji atum se Andrews intimenu ansho mo behwe no but boy no extend the contract e ma kotoko
onya extend you go no am hu so wa extend a year
on extend a
okay
omo hwa animu se boy no omo betimi extend the amount but omo hwe say say omo extend the money fie baako a san fie baako no omo de be hwe ne yare no enti no omo hwe ni wi a okọ ne surgery no ebe take time enti so omo hwe ni wi a ebe duru no na bia season kwa ya boy wi enti kot confess on benya ne dey lodamu a enso omo plane ne surgery no enti omo person komo de boy ne ka lodamu a ho Andrews intimenu nanka omo ye surgery ne de mo omo nyina enti afei eno mo hwe se boy no be extending 1 year na dia mane a ana se ebi omo nya ni 2 years ana ye extend dia mano ne ya hwe no owia no okọ enti sansam no meeting akoso kwakwa nanse no ho oni kakaku omu di akire pa enya asem ketwa na onim se meeting no kotoko board no omu discuss CEO ne ho de yet ne say on be name CEO na say na season na ba wiye
okay
na me aduma kotoko ni nations board this weekend Omu di nkomo. Say, afei na board donation adwuma ase. Ente max win at the Makotoko. Bomu wini ria. Ebeka 8 games. But before say 8 games, we be kwa wiye no. E was say, si oni dimba. Entoma diatum. Nyame yaduma. Si oni dimba ba. Ansa na wiye season no. Andy. Afida liberty. Yebeka so omuni kotoko esi nkunya ye meeting.
Yeah.
Eme dru baby kwa na afida liberty 40% of the kotoko. Echo Court of Arbitration of Sports, CAS. Say, unim say, Beno Sumwasi Kano. The entity say 500,000 euros. Kotokonia Fidel Liberty a settle. Oma Kasem Nefrio. Say, Omanum Asumdria Bua. Bibia Kodedin. Ente Fidel Liberty Nyanko Kas Biem.
Okay.
Eno enso ne de eba na e wo meti na se ana kaka kuba beti nwama me se Evelyn Isiasare omo nemu no as a personal assistant to Kotoko board chairman.
Oh, okay.
Entina se hu no
na say omoko training grounds you who pictures her she was part of no pictures name so make I say na BKB group say aba back to Kotoko.
As so a personal assistant
to the board chairman. Okay.
And the Uber Joe. Say Joe a hot cake. Oko Tanzania. Clubs no to do na happen. Simba oho. Yanga oho. Azam. But you see Azam for any bra brene nyasem ketwa. Oyi Azama. Onim say Magellan. Renders. Omu nyina so abakromu aba behwe boy no. Enti wo bejaw asuso obeto aso dia makotko next season no etwetwe mpanyifo ne bo. Because the yet in say scale wom no e was soro pa. South Africa, Kaizer Chiefs. Na no atan ye be kan say clubs ni bi e was South Africa mania brain so pe wo bejaw. Office ne good table this na no odin andi. Enti se Kotoko ebe jama ubejewa ko anase onbema ubejewa tena na wasi akan no de yet ne se season ne kwa wie ya 1 or 2 offers a good table so no onbenya abotre no mahwe enti no so ni latest kaka akumodi aba
okay
ubejew big yama hye no obenyana nka ubejew tikumase ba offers na no den Andy, eno so na pando edeo minim se enwura
you remember the games na nkase mu I say we din komo be quick
mate
ebe games ni na ye the Ghana Premier League matches no enso etimi e de aka ho na hey enough more we were Asante Kotoko Nations Prince Owusu the head coach and as your coach as we speak Edema Kotoko Wakasa proud to this game, and of course, Frempong Manso also the head coach for Nations, and so Edin Senkakra Eddie Atugent. The United Babana Behe said the Hunsimisiate and has a promise and Kwalan said, Sisi Ombesa Siashi Goose and Romsako board draw. Meaning the explanation is Ombesa Diamant Kranas to why they were not able to score in yesterday's game. Meaning what explanations are. And so ebitimi aba na odi ma mini kan enisa me nkomo we enwie me ba na afie no eri aka nyina no enso etimi edi aka ho kama mo mpenifo mi nu ase ya mo na me no mo etwetwe nkomo no se opedi ye mo akwa aba
yo me da se mi chia tifo ne hwefo so
obia eje so kama na me ba cho mo wa kasa wa budi na ya diamond ya no de afiro ti me sure wadaroma ya tifo ne ahwefo ebe so mu di
okay pacho ya frame Clenard Bauer
okay
Adayina
okay
near enam so tia ye ba hanom no me event director ma dwumadie no.
Okay.
And I'm a team member back or your friend Faith Man Nimo.
Okay.
Yes, and any creative director for the Kumasi City Marathon.
Okay. The Kumasi City Marathon yate. Na we say inspiration free. And now we are babeduru as see more Kumasi City.
Okay. But that's be we there we tea for now ahwe for omni bechemi. Chino me bomoding.
You know.
Okay, so we Kumasi, it's one of the vibrant cities, not only in Ghana but also in Africa. We share the rich culture, Krumuha. We share energy among the youth, especially. We share the community spirit. Krumuha. We realize to say Kumasi, when it comes to sports tourism, we ensure them place Kumasi on the map.
Okay.
So the inspiration in this okay. That in a few years, Ubo Kumasi, aside we knowing about the rich culture, community spirit, it's a destination in Africa. Oba marathoner, it's globally recognized. So that's the inspiration. So you're just saying in the next 5 years, about some of the great cities are hosting marathon globally. Ubebo Kumasi City.
And let me my next question. Say, go marathon. We've seen a couple of them. Kumasi as Yedin Komoya. See, then Kumasi City Marathon. Ebe dam strong. Ebe different from what we have been seeing all these while.
Different. No, will be born out of inspiration in our eta dwumadie nechi because a person position Kumasi City Marathon as one of the favorites in the next few years. Ninti organization you're making sure stakeholders are medium ekasa finally incentives reward packages and the nature of how the event is going to be run, and Nuna a bit different from what has been organized. They are more organized in Accra, Kumasi, perfect. But because of your inspiration, be doing professionalism and the people we involve, across Kakra.
That's great. Race categories why we not beat me partaking in this event.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. So Kumasi City Marathon is beyond a race, a legacy a building. The professional bit, that's the 21 kilometers, you were 15 kilometers for ladies. Okay. 21 Mema,
okay.
15 in a year ladies.
Okay.
You were 10-kilometer wheelchair race. It's the first time Kumasi experienced something like that. It's a very professional one. You were 10-kilometer skate speed as well. So we having skate and the other big one and also the corporate one. We want to imbibe a healthy lifestyle, and we realize that the corporate hub or the corporate environment in Ghana, in Kumasi also. So we are bringing them
on
board to promote that healthy living across.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's very clear. Maybe you made mention of rewards and all that. Minim so bit me be kakra amaya then say maybe I will be obey involved in this. So be particular. Then they be on we are on social be obedient free.
Okay. So we share all the categories, your prizes for those categories. And no come most marathoner. On my first, second, third.
Yeah.
Ebi kwa kopim 10. But here then a kwa kopim 20.
Okay.
So first to 20 for all the categories. They call for a call with cash prizes. When it comes to the professional one, they'll go home with cash prizes. Okay. Aside that, obi biara obi wie race biano will also go home with a customized medal, customized one. In fact, I'm trying me sample. Me, I'm into sports. Okay. I've been into sports for almost 15 years, but medal no of sample no me me said that who be wo chrome harder. So at least obi wie bia any finisher of the race no will go say when we need cry. At least you go home with that medal.
Once you were able to finish, no, you have a medal.
Yes, you have your babe. You go, and with the corporate run, the package involved for the corporate team for every category. There were 3 awards for the corporate run. Now every category be a prize. Amount net that's about 45,000 Ghana cedi. And you know what we want to do is promote healthy living. So and yes, you can add more, but we are in partnership with some professional gyms in Kumasi, so we give them the package so that we promote that healthy living.
Okay. Yeah. I think that one too is very clear. And before some normal catch him say car raffle be
exactly. So the other thing say because your person position Kumasi very well, and you only race participation. We want it to go out more, and one of the things our incentive now, you realize it can really help the introduction of a car raffle into obi biara obe register.
Okay.
Ebi mbetimi register but ebia sada no dua ontimi partake.
Okay.
But we obi biara obe register. Ye races ni na ma reward system, rewards ni na area, packages ni na area. Then now obi already say bia no, you are going to draw. Into first person no will go will take away a very beautiful saloon car or driving car no home. Yes.
Just after say more we be
so car raffle is not for any limited to only those who are running, but it's for all beer or register beer. And raffle no any kind of penny out there are other consolation and prizes. We are partner with some of the tertiary institutions. You have more of tablets, mobile phones, laptops. So that if when we need kind of cry, you can go home with something that you can use it meaningful. So these are all the packages and incentives are introduced so that they driving participation.
So how do I register? I want to be part of it. How do I register from here?
Okay, so that's going to be a short code. Currently, it's almost ready. We'll be revealing launch. No, launch marathon. SG Mall 25th March 2 p.m. SG Mall. Until honum na be revealing short code. No, until short code. See, in questions na. You be something very brief. So irrespective of baby you can register and then enter into the raffle draw as well.
So just like what kind of short code never available on the launch.
It's available now, but me bokra who register and go through. Go through. Yes, and go through. I can take the opportunity. Ebia OBT and nebia launch when ya ambana into a short code near star 800 star 303 hash.
Star 800 star
303 hash.
Okay. Yeah. Star 800 star 303 hash. But for now, the we are ain't me go through. Just say yeah, we lunch on the
Wednesday. True.
And your mom we here so. In terms of partnership, sponsorship, opportunity, so
exactly. Sponsorship, partnership, one driver, a key and yesaka yentimi. So those are all open to brands because this is a big platform.
Very
pure has even given. I know your coverage. So when you come and you associated with this marathon, you expose your brand. There's so many numerous benefits associated with partnering this event. You see, it's a legacy, and we want just be happy that your brand was part of the foundation of the legacy. So we are inviting corporate Ghana.
So is there a number, maybe a corporate me?
Yes. So yes, people can reach out to me on 0244 25 63 23.
Yes, I'm on number
0244 25 63 23.
Meaning any final message I be na Browns waka kakra na afini.
Oh, okay. So TFO ni Ashwefo Kumasi City Marathon is beyond just a race, a legacy a year building, and we want everybody in Kumasi to be part of
Kumasi
City Marathon. So you can participate by registering, by being a partner, by sponsoring, and on 25th March or SG Mall, 2 p.m. and I launch. We invite Obi Biara, and at the launch, so we have some very beautiful prizes for audience. Everybody.
See, I'm a Kobina man. Kabi, my name is Obekabi. Because we are not that Kabi. Okay. We are looking for Wednesday, so 2 p.m. I'm sure she beats me up as you through near Baba Thanks for coming.
All right, we
are looking forward. So
also.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. Ti I know you said you Kobono AC Etienne Yemfa Ghana Premier League matches no inwi medical games are Basono. But Yenti Kotoko head coach Prince Owusu on the game against Nation.
Yeah, I think preparation has been very, very high since last week. We played a friendly match, and then we came back, started training on yesterday, Tuesday, and we've done a lot. That we are trying to prepare the boys that we need to win and win badly. So with the boys, their mentality and everything I've suited. I've seen that they are all even together, talking to each other. How can we do it? You know, some of them are even approaching me, telling me this game is a win game. So it looks very good.
Prince also no, but coach at the nations from Manso also against Kotoko Chinese same.
Just like all the games are able. Ovi Mekasebia Kotoko Ebia of late almost also problems, and so it's going to be easy. Not at all. I think it's still going to be a difficult game. It's still going to be a derby, and for me, we will go all out to play and then try to win the game.
Okay, I know coach Frimpong Manson also on that game, and what didn't come Eddie but my main sense is to matches needs to be in Famenra has any Lions game no goalless, but Nyami had much now Basake Holy Stars Airboy Young Apostles sounds and Victorian United any Adriana your BBN Gold Stars Airboy Vision Dreams FC enemy DM Airboy Swedru All Blacks Airboy Hohoi Brekum Chelsea Airboy Karela United Asante Koroko any Nations FC and so with me ADSPNT. These are the games over Ghana Premier League now and Basso. But you might share Kotoko Nations at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Asante Koroko, I'll go through some series of hard times and all that, but this is a derby too.
Yes, and Abrebiane interesting. The background stories are a walk Kotoko Nations. So remedy power in factions na divides na debano, and also how our nations so affair in this derby. Say nations in Gun when I stand to be corrected. I think say nations are yet to lose to Kotoko. Kotoko
since our name
league on Shenida.
Wow,
Washana Baku Perfect Cup.
So they are unbeaten against Asante Kotoko in the league. And we also say a timer as almost last 2-3 games, you know. Omenya hope ni believe omenya spark bia from Paul Manson any no form now when you know. As a galvanize your mama who say they can finish high up the league. As compared to last season, and yen sense mu a CC incarnations here a winning side. Yenim see last season. I am more mukudu baby on my dream. But this time around, Kasim Mengel, Eja Hoko from Paul Mansu Besu team ni mama bra afe na ase age na kakra. But on the other side, Kotokonsu so Kotokoso bre in terms of results and consistency. After say, and I say even before say Karim Dito Babe Kokran, ni nim de Kotokwaye. After Haas going away as a Kotoko, yenya hope kakrani akwa we akoshe yebebe fie ni na akwa bibi ewo. So it's very difficult predicting this game. But I don't see a winner in this game. Me say who ni say game ni besa pai, Andy.
Sir.
Game ni besa pai. The Kotoko aye the last 2 games. The nations so aye the last 2 games. Any the history surrounding this fixture. Our nations better rely on almost superiority and I say almost unbeatenness, you know. Ejina dia face Kotoko. And this time around, so I have team bia wa ba Baba Yara Sports Stadium say obe bie ni Kotoko abobia or confident with me bo. And I don't think say from Paul Mansoa or the Gold Stars say G League, you know, our fan nations are all build the baby kakra no. Ebe ba Baba Yara Sports Stadium abe say obe defend and I say obe play any different game. They will play their normal game. Omo a team I'm here omo boy ye pa because of Ghana Premier League commentary na yen. Me takwa brankese hwe omo game pa. Omo ye confident on the ball. Omo pia obia gia or expressing ho because of how from Paul Manso so di ni duma no. And looking at this Kotoko side, you know, I don't see a winner in this game.
Andy, give an adding, especially for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yeah. Overcast Kotoko Bohum. Baba I was a Kotoko Shena, whiny nations. Sana Obekano. But Dema Kotoko because Kotoko nations will league Muda. Almost share 5 times. Nations are winning 3, 2 are ending in a draw. So just imagine, say, a team with no disrespect or Yaketwa. No share Kotoko Titi in the say there. Untimin Katu Kumasi Asante Kotoko Benyani easy. Wins now when you're in the nations home on Kuao. Last year, Obasha Kotoko 2-0 in home. Into Shiakotoko, Kotoko in Timino. And the man came near ding. Nations FC has one of the best strikers in the Ghana Premier League. Emmanuel Ano. As we speak, Open top scorer will league the Moya Waya. Atakumi. Our 11 goals. Ano Ekita 9 goals behind Atakumi. And we shouldn't forget, say, I know at a point, Kwambusa out to Kwayon. No Kopedi Wamanone, or to Kwan Moldova. Sikasemen and Komona and Kui and Wasan Swabak. Until there are matches come for our more. AB and Conne Lady, or buy and return to the Premier League. The first game, or she go. Now, man for Crackers and friend the Black Stars and a whole lot. It's or a player or form. Kotoko top scorer, Pitami Duaka. 4 goals. When was the last time we bought game? Emma Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Season you got top scorer.
4 goals.
Na Donzo over there.
Donzo. So Donzo dear. Me let me defend it be. Say na adaptation and communication and one. But Matina said you want go in your French in here. Andy because chances be a toda kodane say no. Chances a toda Donzo say no. Ujina po ni me ya pass ba ma bo share what me ntebro. Go chef for French.
Percentage in the
and for French. It's in modern money there. To be honest, modern money of them. And there was so a chance, yes, so okay, can Coach Prince, who is to be fair, you know. I say, a doom traffic light. And now, so it was doom, who are daily. On said them what I say a sonnet doom be at their days. Oh, I see a problem, Kaka. I know there was a Shanoya Huajuma. But over Tenefi, nations about Babashawa, a bad thing. And any performance I would dine at this is and the exams and I would throw. ye di ama no ne nkomo na obi sa Michael Carrick sinti obi si yemfa team ne Michael Carrick odwene ho sen obetimi akase yemfa kotoko team ne ma coach Prince Owusu no. And I told him to cross the ball, and I told him to fly the ball, and then the ball. My tactics in the Juma or park in the system in the Juma. Our park in the so no
structure and identity.
Identity in the structure, and your bro I told him to cross the ball and no carry. And then also a young one Juma who resource in Yamaya Machina. Oh, Baba Sports Stadium. Hearts are dropping points. And League na Airborne, I told our general on Tiasia. The last 5 matches or so in the Ghana Premier League, medium and Rooney view.
It's still order so.
Or that's wrong. Kotokone has no more day. Omo day. A problem. Also, much no more be found. Also, maybe be found. So, won't mean nation to fear and tell if you name Lucy. It's as simple as that.
Biggie, me say. You might me also ask a pass and then mobile mechanic, your boy, you man come. Yenna yen sorry na fi no
menka bako ajaren sorry a ene ya me ba birthday me mama nka me nyasem o ba na so me ba
oh nice
ene me ba birthday happy birthday to Zoel Elvis Boatimato 4 and then onya 3 years yes Zoel Elvis
yes, how be trauma me and
school I'm friend baby Z teachers on pass him baby Z baby person
yes how be kind of trauma me something one thing come to
on my who's more powers the way I cry this feeling you know happy birthday girl daddy loves you
fantastic happy birthday so and happy birthday Kodiama Albright Edu Jenfi na Albright Edu Jenfi eye adwuma ewo Easy Buy Ghana Limited ewo Kobe Jones shop and your birthday way free Gucci and we say young we show a happy birthday to Albright. Happy birthday to you once again. Sounds and a Solomon Frempong and a solo and so the birthday Solomon Frempong yeah we say a solo and so a happy birthday today. Solo have a wonderful day today. Well, let me say send them over kind home here did no and so the buy what Emmanuel to 4 Otenenka Jacob Atwisebe and LED production team no sounds and a darling pon so buy the official ne braye Ote Biggie Enka and afi Max one na isi no Otenenka Trent and so if you did my bright who so munyina boy and my jumedi na yakama once again Peter Osei Jamsi our air conditioning specialist ma yensan chia obi me di Andrews who's with from Anika Stars me sorry dear me the Suffocatory featuring Kwaku Jesu Wajemi and I'm the sorry for Janko Bayadma ye besan anybody share until then no enjoy the weekend a long weekend make sure you stay safe yakra munyina